Good evening, everyone. Welcome to a very special episode. I feel like it's an ABC After School special, and which one of you is going to be trying heroin for the first time tonight?
Me.
Okay, great. And then we'll be mourning Garav's death, or I don't know, like cutting to a scene at the end where he's like homeless.
But it's like ABC Family, so it's caffeine pills or something like
He's
that.
not doing heroin. He did coke and aspirin, everybody. Hi, I'm your host. I'm Tom Lommel. I am your dungeon master for tonight. No, I'm not. I'm your game master for tonight.
Ooh.
We're playing a very special holiday episode of Fantasy Hack of Tales from the Loop. How does that work? Even I'm not sure, to be honest. And I've been working on it since yesterday. That's right. Over 24 hours of well,
That's a lot of work.
Not in a row. Not in a row, let's be honest. Yes, so thanks to some of our wonderful donors and backers here in the chat and elsewhere in the wild world of the internet, we're playing a special one-shot called Master Tommen and His Recruits. Let's meet our star pupil, Mr. Eric Reichert.
Hey, everybody. Guys, I'm playing Grayson Hale, apprentice, soon-to-be Paladin of Torm, and just tickled pink to be finally a part of this wonderful, wonderful adventure.
You need to answer for those people in the chat who are no doubt wondering right now, is this yours? Is this authentic, or did you rent it from some poor child?
Well, yes, Tom Lommel, this is my actual Boy Scout uniform that I wore as a Boy Scout, and it fits me rather well because I was a fat kid.
I was not asking you that.
He did this to me too when I asked him about it, and I was like, "No, Eric, you're tall, and children aren't tall."
Yeah.
He did. He was like, "I know what you're trying to
to all of
say."
us.
No, I wanted to bring it up because it is such an amazing ensemble, and I would like to give you big props for earning all of the badges on there, whereas I, a jackass that I am, would have gone out and made some badges or ordered them off of Amazon.
Such a jackass. Such a creative jackass.
I would have been
you are.
more like, I took some construction paper and made a sash, and now I've got stickers. That's what I would have done. Hey, speaking of creative and construction paper, Havana Mahoney's here.
Oh, hello. I'm made of construction paper.
I don't know.
Don't get her out.
It was a
Don't get her
bad
in the rain.
segue. Let's.
Don't get her in a rage.
No,
I'll
in the
cut
rain.
ya. Oh, in the rain. It did rain earlier
Yeah,
in
it
Los
did.
Angeles.
Yeah.
What? Did it?
Crazy.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
did.
for like 2 seconds.
Not in Glendale.
I only know because I went outside and things were wet.
Right.
But hi, guys. Havana here. I'm gonna
Who's heard of the
play-
news or the weather, please?
Listen, I don't leave my home, ever. Shinixon.
25.
Yay!
I'm
Thank you.
playing, I don't have my character sheet. Actually.
No, you're
Okay,
playing
sorry.
Master Tommen.
I'm playing Master Tommen today, which if you've seen other episodes is an aging, would you say monk? What would you say? You'd say-
He is a paladin of Torm, I think.
So kind of a monkish
He could be a
character,
monk, if you think.
but he was exiled and sent to Oakhurst to kind of be exiled, but he kind of took it upon himself to still try and train younger paladins into fighting for Torm, and that's how he met Grayson, and maybe some others. So gonna be fun.
I'm trying to social everybody. Can't you fill for
Listen.
me? Can't you just fill for me?
going
You know who's going to fill for me right now? Grav Galati's going to fill for me.
Hey, I'll do it. Hey, everybody, Grav here, and today I'm playing, I believe his name is Matthias. Is that correct?
Matthias, however you want to pronounce it.
Matthias, let's do Matthias. And he is also, I think we're all paladins of Torm, so he is a up-and-coming paladin of Torm. That John Stewart, that other John Stewart, thank you so much for the resub.
Yes, thank
7
you.
months. 7 months around, it's a lucky number.
Nice.
I don't know much about him other than he's not the nerd, because you're the nerd. So I'm the not nerd. I'm the
Passionate one.
I'm the passion-led one who loves heroin. I assume that's
Yeah,
still
that's what
canon.
we're
that
going to
means.
discover, right?
Ah, yes. Passion equals heroin. Speaking
you're
of,
you're the cool kid, but not the cool kid who's like prom king cool. You're like
okay.
the cool kid who's like, I do my own thing, and everybody's like, that's so cool. You're so like mature and stuff, and you're like, I just do my own thing.
You do your own thing because you can't read.
yeah. Wait, is that right?
Yeah, that is a big part of it. Is you're not actually good at
I do
school.
my own thing because I can't read to get into anything else.
What's this bottle say? Coke and aspirin? Hero wine.
Looks good.
Delicious. Hey, speaking of doing Coke and aspirin, I don't. What? Is that
Wow.
a transition? That's not.
Yeah, I do a lot of coke. A lot.
What is one thing from your either high school or college career that was like a myth going around, like before kids were like old enough to drink and do drugs? So it was like, oh, if you smoke banana peels, you totally get. Did you ever have like?
It was all duct tape
What?
at the time. Yeah,
Duct
you could
tape?
smoke duct tape in your eye.
No.
You guys don't know this?
No.
Duct tape.
Smoke
No.
duct
At that point in time, actually, you could not buy duct tape if you were under 18.
What? No.
This was a
This
new
is
thing.
made up.
Did you see anybody smoke duct tape?
No, I
Oh
don't think so.
my
What's it
good
called?
God.
What's it called when you get some poop in a cup and leave it? Put some saran wrap over the top, poke holes in it, leave it in the sun all day, and then take the saran wrap off it and huff it. What's that called?
I have no fucking clue.
Being insane? I've never heard of this.
Kansas.
It's called Kansas Stand.
Is that a real thing?
Smoking
Yeah,
duct
it
tape?
is.
I've
Duct tape.
literally never heard of smoking duct tape.
I've never heard of that
It's so
either.
crazy. That was like, I think when I was in college, that was like a thing that I heard about.
Coke and aspirin and smoking banana peels were the two big. Like,
Smoking
oh, if you
banana
do that, you're
banana
totally gonna get.
Sounds kinda
But be
fun.
careful with the Coke and aspirin because it'll scramble your juju. What? Jenkum?
Jinkum.
What I'm talking about is called Jenkum. I don't think that's what it was called in Kansas, but
Ginkgo Balboa.
it's a colloquialism, you know?
I'm just making up words now.
Bunch of
Things
shit
from my youth.
sniffers.
Yeah.
Walkman. Yes, so you are playing Narelle Oakenleaf.
Narelle, yes.
I could give you your character
That'd be good.
sheets.
She's real smart.
What could give you your character sheets if you feel like that would be helpful to you? Matthias?
Glasses mean smart.
Glasses
thank
mean
you.
smart. That's why I take mine off all the time. Grace, I always do this wrong, but you tell me if it's right or wrong. I spell Grayson with an E.
Oakenleaf.
That is correct.
What? All right. Good.
It's the same spelling as. Let's make sure this is the same number. Yeah.
Never disagree with your dungeon master. Good job.
Go.
Well,
All
also
right.
he's named after Dick Grayson.
Oh.
Yeah,
very
DC
good,
characters.
very good.
Nice work, buddy.
All right. And before we get too much further into the adventure, I think it's time for a little Christmas celebration.
Yay!
Boop, boop. I got gifts for everybody. They didn't know that they were going to get gifts, and therefore they got me nothing. And this is my way.
It was
of shaming them
real
all on
awkward because
stream.
we were really like just laying into him, like Tom, you piece of shit. What?
As we
Nobody
do.
likes you.
Before every
Nobody
episode.
likes me, and then I got the presents.
You're like,
and
"Hey, guys."
maybe they'll like me for the next 2 hours and 45 minutes. We'll see.
Should we open them now?
Why not open them now?
Here we
Let's
go.
open them now.
I'm scared.
All right.
Synchronized opening presents.
Doop, doop,
Flip
doop,
the banana.
doop, doop.
Open it very slowly.
Oh, we're synchronizing?
Yes.
Rip, tear, go.
Just like Christmas morning.
Ooh.
Oh my god!
Oh, cool.
They're nice bags.
Cool.
That's super cool.
They're from
my
an Etsy store called Grayed Out.
Oh my God, this is so
They
cool.
are the
my
same.
God.
We all got different ones too.
You all have different ones. That way they won't get confused
So
at the table.
cute.
I love it.
That's super cool.
You can go on Etsy to Grayed Out,
Swimming caps.
GREYED.
I love this
like a
old school
hat.
map style, the blue.
Yeah,
I
and they
love
have
it.
a bunch of different styles. That,
What does yours
Michael,
say,
he
though?
lives in Atlanta.
I don't know.
Here's a hat.
Close up cam.
I turned around, it's a hat.
Look at that.
I don't speak
Beautiful.
so
These are so
cute.
cool. Thank you
Yes,
so
thank
much.
you.
Pretty big. You're welcome,
Mine's
everybody.
the best one. I hope you guys know.
Yeah, so there's a variety of patterns. My wife used to make dice bags.
My wife.
Michael
My
has
wife.
adapted that pattern a little bit and used some of her fabrics and whatnot. But that's not why I necessarily picked them out. I just thought they looked cool. So yeah, merry, 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 happy holidays, everybody. Speaking of merry, happy holidays.
Wait, Dom's got a gift too.
It is, Dom, do you want to open your gift?
I got an awesome book.
Cool.
Is it a
Is it a
book?
book?
Is it a book?
It's a phone holder.
What?
It's not a phone
I think it's for your
holder.
weed, Dom.
It's a book safe. You can put
book
dice
safe.
in it. Is
Oh,
the
cool.
theory.
Oh, cool.
That's the theory.
book
Show
safe.
everybody, Dom.
Dope.
Dom, our resident leader and gnome,
What?
huh? Who lives behind the cameras? The man who lives behind the cameras. Can you? Is it there?
Can I see what's on the cover?
What is that?
It is the title of the book, Kent Barstow, Special Agent.
I love old book
Yeah.
covers.
What's he doing on
I
there?
was like, oh, this is a sweet, awesome book.
He wants
Well,
to
it
read the
wasn't
fake
one
book.
time. I guess you're gonna have
Reading's
to go.
for losers, Dom.
Dear-
Write that story down.
Oh, cool book. Oh, someone cut out all the pages.
Sucked. Hey, would you like a present?
I've got a
Would
trash bag
you?
here.
You folks at home,
Oh,
would
thank
you
you.
like a present? It is Merry Tree Snow Happy Cold Time. It is our last night of Merry Tree Snow Happy Cold
It was
Time.
actually last night.
Was it last night?
Yeah.
No.
Wait, are we not doing it anymore?
Can we do a
No,
bonus
last night
day?
was Tree Snow Happy Cold Time.
That was it?
Because that was, what, 3 years?
The 3-year anniversary.
yeah.
Oh,
The
yeah.
very first stream.
That was last night. That's crazy.
So
Congratulations.
we're not doing a giveaway tonight. Did I just set everybody up for that?
We're not.
Hey, if you want a present
so
that
cute.
comes from my heart, I don't know what that would be. It's my enduring love
Stick
and
around.
admiration. Yeah, stick around for the next 2 hours and 45 minutes because this is literally all going to
These
come
are
from my
really
heart.
cool fezzes too. I will give
Right?
you that. Very stylish.
All right, so
Do we all agree I have the best one? Do we all
No.
like agree on that?
I think I have the
here's
best
a similar
We're
little
gonna have
different
to
shape.
physically fight.
We'll do
I
that
think
after.
mine's the best
I got
one.
the old school one.
I love the old
I knew
school
you'd
one.
like the old school one. That's why I
Yeah.
picked that one out for
Oh,
you.
thank you.
Eric, they ran out of map patterns, so
That's
I got
fine.
you
I'm
dwarven
totally
runes.
fine with the runes.
Yeah.
What kind of runes are they?
I feel like these are.
Is it?
I
That's
mean,
infernal?
they could be generic, but it reminds me a lot of the Tolkien runes.
Yeah, they're like Middle
from The
Earth-ish.
Hobbit.
Yeah.
Because I remember because my copy of The Hobbit had a translation for the runes, so you could
Oh,
read
man.
the dwarven
You should translate
runes.
them and see if they're weird words.
Yeah, I'll
in
get my
there.
copy of The
I want
Hobbit.
to know.
I don't have my copy of The Hobbit.
You're ruining
Why do you
everything.
carry it with you everywhere? What kind of Boy Scout are you?
All right.
Wait, can I tell a fun story?
Why, if it's a fun story, I don't see why not.
Just reminds me of like, what is it? We don't know, but it looks cool, so it's awesome. Do you know what
Is
story I'm
this
gonna
going to
tell?
be a bad tattoo story?
No.
Okay.
This is a great
Only
story.
good tattoos.
All right. No, I didn't mean for you. I mean, some
oh,
people
yeah.
get like, oh, I got this thing, and it actually means I suck.
Oh,
Well,
that too. Yeah. No, we were at Gen Con, and Jordan Pridgeon really wanted to get this special, what do you call it?
A stein.
Stein. Oh, yeah.
He wanted a tankard.
tankard, yes.
Really nice
And
tankard.
the tankard had these like hand burned like designs on them. And he couldn't decide, and he was like, I think I'm gonna get this one, and it was just like a map pattern. And he's like, I don't know, it's kind of cool. It's like kind of piratey, but also kind of D&D and blah blah. And I looked over and I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then he buys it, and then. And then we're looking at it later, and I can't remember if it was him or me or somebody was just like, oh yeah, that's the map from Pirates of the Caribbean. He got a motherfucking Pirates of the Caribbean
mug.
sign.
That's a deep cut for Dungeons and
So
Dragons.
So great.
Him and like all the 14-year-old girls who go to Ren fairs and stuff. That's the only people who own that.
So he thought it was like Tomb of Horrors or something like
He
that.
just thought it was like a
Like
generic
generic,
made-up
like, sea
map.
map,
Yeah. And it was.
Something.
You looked closer, and it had even labeled like all the points in the movies and stuff. And,
Oh, no.
That's so
man.
great.
I laughed
I
so
love
hard.
that
I think
moment.
I cried.
His face was so great.
Oh
All right.
man.
Here are some reference materials for you all. Enjoy. If you are a Patreon backer, these are in a special folder called Tales from the Loop One Shot, and then inside that folder is another folder that says something else. Tales from the Chat Book. Might just call me Chat Book. I'm not sure what I don't remember. I did this in a haze this afternoon. A haze of speed and exhilaration. Coke and aspirin, man. Don't mix it with those banana peels.
Listen.
But you can find these same
Girl in my high
handouts
school
if
got
you're a
pregnant
Patreon
from Coke and
backer.
aspirin.
Really?
Yeah.
Is she okay?
That's all
No.
there, including everybody's character sheets. Bloop. So that's the Buzzaloony. If you'd like to follow along, maybe you should back our Patreon. The end of the month is coming. So is our rent.
They're not price gouging people
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
No.
They
no.
rolled that shit back.
Yeah, that was a disaster.
Dumb idea.
It's like
So
stepping
there are a couple
into
different things that
beehive.
you can. Well, there's tonight is a kind of a different structure. Tonight we're doing a one shot. We're doing a fantasy hack of Tales from the Loop. If you have not played Tales from the Loop, you can go to Modifius or I don't know. Google it if you're so inclined. It is a game that is set in an alternate version of the 80s that has weird technology and robots. It's sort of the Stranger Things of role-playing games. And we've decided to adapt it into a fantasy realm and take our characters, or kind of a new set of characters, on a little one-shot flashback journey to when young Grayson was 13 years old and being mentored by his paladin tutor and his other friends in paladin school.
Gotta get that voice ready.
Loosen up.
Whenever he's not talking, he's just.
Where's the prune juice?
Isn't that an old person thing? Like even when they're not talking, they're
Yeah.
making some sort of weird
Oh, yeah,
noise.
yeah.
They don't
On
realize they're
accident,
doing it.
They
Yeah,
don't know
yeah.
they're
Yeah,
doing it.
they're on
yeah.
so many meds that their mouth gets dry and all that kind
They
of
let all
stuff.
the gases
Their
out and
mouths
they
are
don't
constantly
care.
moving, like.
They're always chewing, but there's nothing there.
Oh God, my fucking nightmare.
Never get
My
old.
worst fucking nightmare.
So you can follow along on the journey. It's going to be a wild ride of invention this evening. Oh well. So other than normally we have like bumps and inspiration, those sorts of things. Tonight we're just going to do tier unlocks because Tales from the Loop is a very rules mechanic light system. And so we're not going to have as many modifiers and things like that. So if you look at the way that the ladder works, if you do exclamation point tips, you will see the various things that you can donate to $1 or $5 or $10 or $20 or whatever it is that you can contribute. We'll certainly keep climbing us up the ladder of rewards that unlocks things to alter the outcome of the game. Well, hopefully, I don't know, alter the action of the game, that's for sure. Also, if you sub up tonight, or you gift a sub, and during this holiday season, first-time subs and all gifted subs are 20% off. So if you sub up the channel tonight, you get a free reroll that you can donate to somebody here at the table. Well, not including me, because I don't roll any dice, so I'm out of the running tonight. But that other John Stewart gives their resub reroll to, why am I pointing at me? Grav Galati.
Oh, thanks, Jay Stewart.
So
Much
you get that.
appreciated, good sir.
And also, we've had a minimum of $25 in donations tonight. So Tier 1 has been unlocked, which is a bit of luck. Everyone gets 2 points of luck. Normally, you start with a certain amount of luck based on how old you are. And since you're all 13, you would have 2 points of luck. Well, guess what? You're getting those now.
I'm not 13.
You're not 13. That's one of the reasons that this is a tier unlock. Also,
13 going on 80.
you normally couldn't get more luck during the game, but there's the opportunity for that to happen down the road here. So thank you to everyone who's contributing. Otherwise, just spread the word on social media. It's a busy week. Everybody's headed to the airport tonight. But you know what? If you're not headed to the airport, share the fun. So let's walk through your character sheet, or basically kind of like the dice mechanics, very quickly, just to give you an idea of like how does this system. Who's played before? Who's played Tales from the Loop before? Nobody at the table.
We're
right?
all new to it.
All right. So Dom has played, so he will be critiquing my rules explanation from behind the keyboard. You can also feel free to chime in and be a rules monkey, because I can't hear anything that you say or read anything you say, and enjoy yourselves. I don't give an F. All right. So the way this game basically works. Thank you, chipping
thank you
in.
for the 10.
The way this game basically works is if you want to attempt something, you will roll a pool of d6s, right?
Okay.
And normally you're looking for a success, right? So every 6 that you roll out of your pool of d6s counts as a success. If you get more than 1 success, you can oftentimes buy extra bonus effects depending upon what you're doing, what's happening, right? So you have, if you look on the right-hand side of your sheet, you have 4 main attributes. You have body, you have heart, you have mind, and you have divinity, right? Underneath each of those, and they will all have a score in it. So like, for instance, Megan's character has a body of 2, a heart of 3, a mind of 5, which is a lot, and a divinity of 3, right? So if I say, oh, you know what, why don't you give me a check, that's gonna be like on your body attribute. Give me a check on your body attribute. She would roll 2 dice, and she's looking for a 6 on any of those dice, or either of those dice, as it were. Now, if I said, oh, okay, you're trying to sneak. Great, why don't you give me a sneak check? You get to take your body and add however many ranks you have in that skill, right? So she has 1. So she could sneak, she'd roll 3 dice.
Okay.
Okay? That's the base system. And you're just looking for a 6, right? And if you get more, you get bonus effects. All of the skills are explained on this little skill list that I've got for you, right? These have been customized.
Thanks for the resub, Emperor
Riptide's resubbing up. These have been customized around the fact that you're all either paladins in training or, actual paladins yourselves, right? So it has a skew on it. That's what this whole divinity stat is about. Is your ability to invoke Torm and essentially gain a favor from him. Now you can bless yourself or other people. You can shield other people, like basically protect them, or you can smite evil, right? So those are the three main skills that are associated with Torm. But the great thing about Tales from the Loop is it's a very flexible, collaborative type of system. So if there's something that you want to ask Torm to do or somehow intervene, you can try, using a straight divinity check to do it, right? So that's the basics of the system. Now, there are a couple things that you should know. Your drive is sort of your main motivation. What else do we have on this sheet that I should? Oh, okay. So let's start here. So you roll the dice to score success. Yes, that's what you're looking for. You may suffer consequences from either not getting enough points into a success, or trouble comes your way, something happens to you. You may endure some sort of consequence. On the right-hand side, you have 5 conditions. Okay, upset, scared, exhausted, injured, and broken. Now, when you suffer a condition, you get to pick any of those except broken. You can just decide which one that you want your character to experience. So if we were in a combat and you did not dodge the attack of the Iron Golem or whatever it is, I mean, you're teenagers, you should be fighting Iron Golems. But if a trap got sprung and attacked you, I'd say, all right, well, you suffered a condition, you didn't dodge the trap. Okay, you get to decide which condition. Maybe it just made you upset. Maybe you're just really scared. Maybe you're paranoid now that there are traps everywhere. Or you could decide, oh yeah, the spear trap got me in the shoulder blade, and now I'm injured in some way. You decide what that means, but you check one of those boxes, right? If all 4 of those boxes are checked, then you become broken and you automatically fail all of your dice rolls, right? Now, broken does not mean like you're going to die, but it does mean like you're sort of essentially like not able to cope with anything that's going on, right? So that's the unconscious death dying situation. That's the way that game works, right? Like Tales from the Loop, when it's run purely, the rule is the kids don't die. The kids get in trouble, but the kids never die. They might become broken, whatever that means. They might be rocking in the corner, screaming hysterically and crying and not able to cope with anything, but the kids never die. Whether we'll abide by that tonight in our little fantasy one-shot or not, I don't know.
That's a time paradox where we kill Grayson.
Right.
But, so that's the version of the hit points, right?
This is the moment where he's killed by doppelgangers and replaced.
God.
So the other part of this is just keep in mind that there's also opportunities either through chat or through actions that you can take to get healed, where you will clear conditions, right?
Okay.
You can decide that, okay, well, we're going to spend a scene together someplace safe, and we're going to talk about what's happened, and then somebody can make a lead roll and try and heal some other people and clear the conditions from those people, right? So those are so the point being, you don't want to just like write in pen like X. That's once those conditions can appear and disappear depending upon things that happen in the game, right? All right. So that's that. Other things that are on your character sheet. You have a problem. Everybody has their own problem, whatever that might be. That is either something that you can use to get yourself in trouble, and you're encouraged to, play in an interesting fashion. If you want to play it safe, that's up to you. But it's also something that I can use, against you narratively to get your character into trouble. So there's that. Drive is sort of what motivates you. That also can be something that gets you into trouble. Fine. And then, so those two things sort of work in tandem, right? They're sort of two sides of the same coin. Pride is something that no matter how either old and feeble you are or young and inexperienced you are, you consider yourself really good at something, right? Or you are really proud of something about yourself. And that is a statement on your character sheet. And once per session, you can invoke that and score an automatic success. Even if you roll the dice and you've gotten a failure, you can say, oh, you know what, I'm going to invoke my pride. And then you sort of have to justify how your pride might pull you through the the situation that you're trying to navigate, but you automatically get a success even if you didn't roll any on the dice. All right? So that's how that's important. You have relationships with the other players. That's terrific. That's nice. It kind of gives you an idea of how you relate to everybody else. And then you have an iconic item, right? And if it's appropriate to use it, you can get +2 on, you get 2 additional dice when you use that iconic item, right? So, for instance, you have essentially sort of like a gilded magnifying glass, although I don't know if it has a handle on it. You can decide what it looks like, but you know, if you come across, I don't know, some faint runes that are etched in the stone, you can say, oh, I'm going to use my lens of magnification. That will give you 2 bonus dice in addition to whatever your normal skill check is. Raises the chance that you'll get a success, right? If you find or use other items, they will also give you a boost to whatever skill check, you know, as appropriate. Now, what if I roll 5 dice and I just don't get any 6s? You have these luck points. The way that they work is you can say, I'm going to spend a luck point and I'm going to re-roll any dice that fail, right? So either all of them if they all failed, or if you're like, I really need 2 successes because this is an especially hard skill check, I'm going to re-roll all the things that didn't, you know, that didn't make it to a 6. You can only do it once, and you have to take the second result. You can't go back to an earlier result, but you can't spend multiple points of luck. Now, if you don't have luck to spend and you fail a roll, you can immediately retry a task by doing a thing called pushing the roll. So what that means is you pick one of these conditions on your sheet, and you have to take that on, check that box, and then you get to re-roll all the dice, right? Except the 6s. So that's that. That's called pushing your luck.
Very Cthulhu of them.
Pushing the roll, yeah.
So
yeah.
if you cross it out, you don't get those bonuses again?
No,
Is that
not-
what you're saying?
The conditions, not the bonuses.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And the other thing that I should point out is that for each condition that you suffer, it subtracts 1 die out of your pool. So the mechanical effect is, you know, you might have a really high, you know, perception score. You'd roll 7 dice in your pool, right? But if you've got 3 conditions working against you right now, you take 3 dice out of that. Now you're down to 4 dice. That's the way that works. So, that's that, yeah. And so if you look at your skills, there are also some bonus effects if you get extra successes. I think that's all of the stuff that I just talked about is on this little quick reference sheet. There you go. Do we need to go through and kind of like, well, in fact, why don't we? Just for clarification's sake, why don't we go through and each character give their drive, their problem?
You may need more. Who knows?
I don't know if you need to do your pride or not. Yeah, why not? So why don't you just do like why don't you share with everyone your drive, your problem, your pride, and then your relationships with the other 3 characters at the table. Normally during Tales from the Loop, a lot of this stuff would be collaborative, right? Where I would just hand you a blank character sheet and you'd go, I'm going to play the bookworm. And then you'd have a menu of choices and you'd go, oh, well, my iconic item is a dictionary or whatever it is. And you would decide all this stuff. But in the interest of keeping our one shot kind of tight and concise tonight, I made the characters for you. So why don't we share what we've got in the hopper?
All right. So Narelle, her drive is, I want to find the answers to the big questions in life. Problem, my sister is really sick. Pride, I'm the smartest kid in the village. And in my relationships, Grayson, probably my best friend. Master Tommen, a great teacher even if sometimes he gets it wrong. And how do you say your name? Matthias? Is that how you said? You said your name?
Yeah, there's an H in there, so let's say Matthias.
Matthias.
Sure.
He doesn't know it, but I have a crush on him.
Ooh.
That's it.
Oh, it's going to feel real bad when I get to you here. You did that on purpose.
Yes, I did.
I'm playing Matthias Fleck. His drive is, I'll do anything to get out of the house. His problem, which doesn't seem as bad compared to your 6 sisters, I can't read very well.
That's not very good.
Literacy's pretty serious.
But it's not like I can't read, it's just I can't read very well. But I'm gonna take that to the next level, we'll see. Pride, I stand up for my friends no matter what. Relationships, Grayson, he's awkward. He's like a little brother. Master Tommen, he's on my case more than my dad. Narelle.
I am your dad.
God. Narelle, she's useful.
Ooh.
Yeah.
How is she useful though?
It's so weird that the kid who can't read might find the smartest kid in the class to be useful.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm playing Master Tommen. My drive is they need me. They need me. My problem is I had to leave my love sister Merelda behind when I was exiled from the Order and sent to Oakhurst. And my pride is we are paladins, not politicians. My faith is my friend. Relationships, Narelle, she wouldn't survive one day in the woods.
Aw, that's probably true.
Grayson, I see too much of my younger self in him, so I desire to kill him. I made up that last part. Matthias, what he lacks in discipline, he makes up for in potential.
Very good.
And I am playing Grayson Hale, obviously. My drive is that it's the right thing to do.
I haven't heard that in a while.
Last week.
My problem is my family is always short on money. My pride is no one calls me chicken. Let's see, relationships, Narelle. I wonder if we can count on her.
Damn.
Jeez.
Hey, Master
Grayson.
Tommen.
Who's the doppelganger now?
Master Tommen, he knows everything. And then Matthias, he's annoying. Kind of reminds me of my sister.
You don't have a sister, so that's
Oh my god, the look on your face is so great when you said that. You were not expecting that one. That was choice.
Well, how is it? He like idolizes Avril, but thinks she's annoying? That's not canon.
Does he
That's not
idolize
canon.
Avril?
I don't think he idolizes her.
He just wants to be loved.
like obsessed with
also
her.
there's a comma in there, right? Like, so it's like he's annoying, but also he kind of reminds me of my sister. It could be read that way.
It could be, but no one would do that. No one would read it that way.
Noted. All right.
Interesting.
So those are our characters. For those of you who have not caught on to the premise, essentially Master Tommen is in charge of these 3 young recruits. It's just out there for life.
You weren't here, and we were thinking about taking a photo.
Yeah.
And so we needed something to represent you.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
My iconic item is a ring, so can I just use that for everything?
Well, so it's a holy ring, though, right? If you read it, it's the blessed ring of
St. Horace the Bloody.
yes, right?
Okay.
So I would say it largely. I mean, you tell me how you invoke it, but it can't be like a catch-all. Like, it's not a magic ring that helps you do everything, right? I envisioned it as more of like a holy relic that you wear on a chain around your neck. But if you want to wear it like actually as a ring, that's fine too.
Okay.
But it is not. You're welcome to decide what specific area of the 4 attributes it applies to. But it's only going to apply to that area. It's
Okay.
not going to be like I can use it to make body and heart and mind. All my skill checks.
Well, I am an adult.
Yeah. Yeah, you are. You're also.
I'm an adult.
You're also super old, right?
You're super old.
You've seen better days. You've
good.
seen better days. Why is my phone so annoying? All right. So that's the buzz. Does anyone else have any other questions about the rules, how they work, how the system works? It's very streamlined and easy, but if something doesn't make sense up front that you want clarified, let me know.
Okay.
Good, cool?
Yeah.
Good,
Let's do it.
All right.
Just so excited.
She cries when she's excited.
Oh, okay. And then before we get rolling, Emperor Riptide gives a resub reroll to Megan.
Oh, thank you.
No noises that time?
Doo-doo-doo-boop-boop-boop.
I missed them.
I did not.
You got him on the back end.
All right. So it is a beautiful fall afternoon. And Master Tommen is leading his students in an exercise out in the pasture, out on the east side of Oakhurst. So the way that we start the game is we basically just sort of start with like a little slice of real life, kind of like get to know the characters, how they interact, that sort of thing. You can decide where you want to take this.
This physical exercise?
I doubt it.
You tell me. Well, leading your recruits however you mean to lead them. Like if you're one of those mentors who's like, sit back against the fence and like just keep doing push-ups, kid. That's up to you, right? But this is your chance to kind of put them through whatever sort of tutelage you think they deserve.
I should have thought of torturous things to do to you guys before. I didn't realize it'd be open-ended.
All right, it looks like Grayson is finished digging his hole. What's taking you guys so long?
I imagine that I just have like one scoop of dirt, and I'm just like, I can't get the shovel in any further.
Use your leg muscles.
I don't think I have any of those.
Well, do some squats then.
That I'll be out of breath. It'll hurt. I have asthma.
Do you want to be powerful or not?
I am powerful, and just not like that.
Who wants to help
I'll
Nora
help.
with her hole?
Oh, thanks, Jason. You're the best.
So it's easy. It's all about leverage, really, when you get down to it. It's not just strength, but leverage. Like you're going straight down. It's more of a think of it like math. Think of it angles, geometry.
Oh, that makes sense. Will that help with how hard this is? I don't feel like I have the muscles for it.
You just got to push through.
Okay.
Yeah, push.
I think I'm just standing there with my arms crossed and just shaking my. Why are we digging holes? This doesn't make any sense.
Well, that's a good point. Why are we digging
Once
holes?
you're done digging them, you're gonna get in them.
We're digging graves then?
No, prayer holes.
Prayer holes? Are you guys listening to this? Prayer holes?
We're gonna do this for 3 hours.
Look, I've got enough muscle to dig 3 holes in no time flat, but I'm just saying, why are we
Well,
digging holes?
Looks like you can't, because you're not.
What? I can totally dig holes.
I agree with
No way, man.
Matthias. I don't think we need to be in a holdup to pray. That's just in the books of Torm. It doesn't say anything about that.
Of course, Narelle, you can pray wherever you want. But a prayer hole helps out.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
And off across the pasture, you just hear kind of like a cow mooing. Ma. Ma. Wow.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe we should pray inside.
I got hay fever. No, the prayer holes are to help hone your praying abilities. Yeah, you can pray now, but wouldn't you like to pray really, really hard?
But at this rate, I'm never gonna have a prayer hole. I'm gonna be out here forever.
Well, Grayson is helping you, and
I mean, you can have-
Matthias just said he can dig 3 holes in 2 seconds. So
Oh, he probably could.
I mean, you can have mine, and I'll just finish yours.
You would give me your prayer hole?
Yeah, it's fine.
That's so nice of you. You're such a good friend.
You're such a dweeb. Why are you doing this? You didn't even question why you're digging a hole.
Shut up,
He's
Lisa.
standing there laughing at us.
Shut up. It's all part of the training, okay?
I don't remember reading this in any of the book, though. This doesn't seem like useful. This doesn't seem like a good use of our time.
All right, look, I'll dig the holes as long as we get to do sword training after this. That's all I want.
Oh, sword training, but swords are heavy.
Well, you gotta get better at them if you're gonna be a paladin.
I can read about swords.
you know what
have
makes
to
you
read
strong? Holes, digging holes.
the hole so soon?
Hey, Tom sprung something on me. I didn't have any new ideas.
Oh, it's not working out at all.
Is it not? It's not working. I'm glad I put makeup on so I could just cry it off. I'm so glad I did that.
What a terrible night.
Oh my goodness.
So Grayson helps Norel kind of, Grayson offers Norel this freshly dug, I don't know, it's about 2.5 feet wide and it's fairly deep, right? It's about 4 feet deep. Very well, cleanly dug, and he begins working over here, making a second one. And Matthias, you look around, and both of them kind of seem to be going with the flow. So you're like, well, all right.
Fine.
You start digging.
My hole's gonna be way deeper though. Way cooler.
It doesn't matter the deepness of your prayer hole.
Damn it.
It only matters how full it is of prayer.
How do we fill a hole with prayers?
We haven't gotten there yet, Norel.
No, okay, but you
One
can't.
step at
you
a
can't-
time.
You can't quantify that.
Oh man.
I mean, that's faith. You can't quantify faith.
What did she say?
That's true, Grayson. That's really smart.
She said you can't quantify that.
I said you can't quantify that.
Quantify. It means like measure it.
I think he left his ear horn at home.
That's fine.
You shouldn't leave that at home.
I don't have a home.
So about this time, Kron Lambert, who is one of the village healers, right? He's sort of the he's not a full-on cleric. He's definitely one of the herbalist type of more mundane sort of healers in the village, right? But he comes over. He comes over and I don't mean to interrupt all your. Are you making a fence or a trap or?
They're prayer holes, according to Master Tommen. That's what we're supposed to be doing.
I'm not a worshiper of Torm, so I'm just gonna not ask any more questions about
Not
that.
a worshiper of Torm.
I mean, I venerate all different kinds of deities. I certainly defer to his divine
what?
power.
Venerate.
Did Master Tommen forget his ear horn in the temple again?
He did. Yes. If you cup your hands around your ear, that can work too.
Dom, Havana would like a tissue.
There's right behind you.
3 box of tissues. Can I just have that thing? This is mine.
That was okay. I was okay. Havana spent 3 hours crying.
Usually when I do that, I'm so sad. This is new and refreshing.
Well, at any rate, I've got a bit of sad news that I felt obligated to share with all of you. Advanced in age as he was, it probably comes as no surprise to you that Sir Walther Rudesund he passed away this morning. I went around to check on him every morning, as I have been wont to do. He was 117 years old, so he certainly lived well to the end of a long, healthy life there. But he's passed away, and although I know he has not been active in the faith since he retired some 45 odd years ago, I thought you would like to know that one of your congregation has passed on.
How did he die?
I believe he just passed away in his sleep. I don't know if his heart finally gave out on him or exactly what it was. It could have been the cough, you know. You didn't get to be 117, Ilmater's cough will catch up with you. But yeah, it's, as far as I can tell, it's nothing underhanded or anything like that. But we're making preparations to have him cremated unless there's some other instructions that you have.
I mean, we're digging holes, so I mean, if you want to
These
just
are
toss
prayer
them
holes!
Okay, all right, they're prayer holes. I'm sorry, they're not
deep
graves.
enough, and they're too close to the town.
And there's
All
circles and bodies are lines.
Well, I mean, if we put them upright, they could go in here, but that doesn't seem like
That's
a good
very
idea.
weird, Darrell.
That's the weird part. That's the weird part of the situation.
You're the unusual one here.
Darrell, how dare you?
How dare you desecrate these prayer holes?
You wouldn't survive one day in the woods.
Oh, I'm smart though.
You're very useful.
Thanks.
So,
We lost Dom.
so he sort of, looks around at you and takes this all in and just kind of nods, and then he walks away. So, Master Tommen, you know that Sir Walter Rudescent was, an actual paladin of your order,
Sure.
right? And
Used to be.
well, he's retired.
Sir, what?
Sir Walter, W-A-L-T-H-E-R, Rudescent, R-U-D-E-S-I-N-D. And this is actually sort of a major event for you because you have been in Oakhurst for a couple years now, but no. It's you're basically the only paladin in town that's a paladin of Torm, right? You've been posted here to spread the word here in the village of Oakhurst and see if you can actually gain and or train any followers or recruits. And Sir Walther was so old when you got here that he kind of would sit around and tell stories about your various exploits when you were both much younger people, but he was never even able to leave his house to help you with the training and that sort of thing, right? But it's a big deal because you know that according to religious canon or your religious doctrine, his ashes need to be taken up to the burial barrow, the barrow of Saint Bertrick the Redeemer.
The barrow.
Yeah, it's basically a burial vault,
Thomas,
right?
thank you for the 25.
Sorry, will you say the whole thing again?
It's a burial vault, so it's called the Barrow of Saint Bertrick the Redeemer.
Bertrut.
B-E-R-T-R-E-C-H-T.
Okay.
Bertrick.
Okay.
And so the faith of Torm has all of these various saints. They have a multitude of different people who are indoctrinated. But Saint Bertrick the Redeemer is sort of the patron saint of burial vaults, right? And so the nearest one is at the top of Diorwine Peak, which is about a 2-day hike. So you go up through the hills and travel about 2 days here, given assuming that everything, the weather cooperates and whatnot. And you go up to the top. You would go up to the top of a mountain called Diorwine Peak, where this burial vault is located. And 2/3 of the way up the peak, there is a temple which is dedicated to another saint in the order called Saint Wendelin the Vigilant.
Wendelin?
Yep, W-E-N-D-E-L-I-N. And the Order of Saint Wendelin, their job is they're like the caretakers of the barrow, right? So they go up there and make sure that it hasn't been desecrated, and they keep it clean and maintained, and basically they're keep supplies on hand if you need to inter bodies or anything like that. Like people who are not particularly accomplished in the order, like Sir Rudescent wasn't, they get cremated and they have their ashes interred in a vase or container inside the burial vault. People who are major league high-ranking members of the Paladins of Torm, they actually get full-bodied buried, and there would be a holy procession that would go up there, and there would be this whole ceremony that would happen, and the keepers of the barrow, the Order of St. Wendelin, like they would be there to help you do this whole religious ceremony and whatnot for somebody who is like a really high-ranking member of that order. But for just the low-ranking commoners, etc., kind of like your, if you want to call it enlisted men of the order, they get carted up there and you have a little private ceremony, and that's that. So that's that. The short version of that is there's a burial vault at the top of this mountain. There's a little temple that has some guys who are dedicated. You know that the locals who have joined this order are a band of dwarves. It's a clan of dwarves, actually. And this family of dwarves is known as the clan Cacklefist. And so part of the religious organization here, part of the doctrine is that you find people who want to serve, but not necessarily serve as paladins, right? And so this clan Cacklefist, this is a group of dwarves who have volunteered to staff this temple and whatnot. So all in all, it's a 2-day journey. It should be fairly straightforward, right? Do you have any questions?
He can be cremated here, and we could take him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They don't expect you to carry a body.
I think it would build character.
Well, that's your call, really. You are the one in charge. Yeah. Crown Lambert is like, if you don't want me to start cutting wood, that's fine by me. You let me know.
Oh yes, go ahead with the cremation and then deliver the urn to me so that me and my students may take it to the proper temple, the proper burial vault.
Very good, very good. Happy to do so.
Oh shit, Dom's back. We gotta keep playing.
Oh, we were.
Thomas W. Young kicked in for 25. Yes, very good.
Thanks,
All right.
Thomas.
Awesome. So, is there anything you would like to... You see this as an ideal kind of character building sort of opportunity to take your recruits up into the hills, and you've never had the opportunity to show them what one of these
dead body.
burial one of these burial rituals is like, right?
Do you want to see a dead body?
he just takes the shovel and he starts pointing at different areas in the field. Let's start over here.
I'm digging up corpses. Is that what the implication is there?
We're digging up corpses so we can cremate them and take them there. So like,
That's what the holes are for.
2 birds, 1 stone.
Gather around, recruits.
Okay, I just have to get out of my hole. Take me a second.
It's
Oh, thanks, Grayson. You're great. Thanks.
2 feet deep, Narelle. Get it together. You wouldn't survive 1 day in the woods.
You keep saying that. Jinx.
Oh God.
I think she has a crush on you.
What? No. What? That's funny. I don't even know what you're talking about. That's so funny that you said that.
Are we going with you to this thing or not?
Listen, let me do this speech.
yeah, everyone quiet down. Master Tommen is talking.
Oh, Grayson.
Thank you, Grayson. You remind me so much of my younger son. Yes.
So awkward.
Okay. This is a very holy journey, taking a paladin to their final resting place. You must join me on the journey, so you can truly experience what it means to be a paladin all the way to the end.
I've read about this. It's a really cool thing to do.
You know who can't read? Matthias.
Don't worry, Matthias. Master Tommen doesn't know everything.
No, Master Tommen knows everything.
I can read
Get some things wrong.
just fine, okay?
Yeah, what's this say?
That's not even... Get off my case, old man.
Can you
Damn.
read between the lines?
Do I remind you of your dad?
and we wonder why there was only one paladin to ever come out of Oker.
This one also became a death knight.
Well, these two turned and killed Tommen, and then I had to avenge them.
No!
I'm gonna fill that hole, man.
Oh, my body.
Okay,
So
all right.
who's with me? You don't have a choice.
I'll do anything to get out of the house. I'm fine. Yeah, let's go.
All right, everybody can stop by their houses to pick up a couple things.
We have to pack a lot of things. Be really prepared.
Travel light. It's a very steep climb and a long way, and your body is feeble.
Why are you pointing at her?
Specific, all of you, that applies, but
specifically.
specifically, or I don't think she could survive one night in the woods. I'm just particularly worried about Norel.
Why are you making me go? Because Matthias can help where I fail, right?
Yeah, I
Yes.
got you. Yeah, don't worry about it.
I could also help.
Yeah. Grayson's really good too.
All right. So I'll give you a free, kind of overnight. It's going to take them a little bit to
I
make
can't
the
sleep,
body
I'm
want-
so excited.
Comes to our houses at midnight. Wake up! It's time to go.
I can't sleep, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You guys want to tell us ghost stories?
I love ghosts.
Can I take them to the cremation ceremony?
Yeah, if you want to, sure.
When does that happen? Is that night?
Yeah. So it'll be that evening, sure.
All right, go home and pack some things, and then we're gonna go look at a dead body.
Cool.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Hurry up, hurry up.
Okay.
Okay.
The dead waits for no one.
So you go home, you get to pack kind of. You can just write down like an overnight, or you're going to be gone probably
Rucksack.
a total of like 3 days or so. So whatever you want to, whatever you think you would put down in terms of you.
No
certainly
books, Norel.
A backpack.
Those are the most important
They're
things.
heavy and useless.
Someone would make sure that you have a backpack, a sleeping bag. I don't know if you're going to use a tent or not. A water skin, some rations. Somebody's mom, whose mom is going to pack like the box of like cinnamon rolls or something that a special treat that you can have on the road. All right, so Grayson's parents make a little extra special cinnamon rolls to get you off on the road. If there's something else within reason that you want to write down, that's fine. Keep in mind that I have included a skill called Foresight on your character sheet. Some of you are better at it than others. And Foresight is your ability to have foreseen an unexpected circumstance and plan for it. You don't have to write down now like all of the different possibilities that might be, but essentially what it comes down to is like, say you are, I don't know, trying to bust a door open. Well, you could roll Foresight and say, hey, I'm sure I would have thought that we might need to bust a door open, so I would have packed a crowbar. And then you would roll against that skill. And if you succeed, then you did, in fact, plan ahead far enough for that. So don't feel like you have to make an exhaustive list of all of your various equipment that might possibly ever come up. You're allowed in the moment to kind of manipulate the fiction.
Okay.
So, we're not going to go into scenes and each of your houses, but then you gather outside the residence of Sir Walther Rudescent, and Master Tommen has prepared the place, draped everything in a gray cloth.
We're just gonna burn his house down
Like this.
with him in it.
What?
Now that's part of the ritual is that you have to kind of prepare the space for his departure from the material plane and his ascension to
Where's he get burned?
someplace totally different. But you meet at his house. That's where
And
you're
his
meeting.
body's in his bed?
No,
Oh, okay.
no.
Okay.
It's just on
I
the
mean,
floor.
it can be. It could be in his bed, and then you take the body to wherever, to the. I'm sure they must have some sort of, brick oven or something like that they use to cremate people, right? Or they have a pyre, a burial pyre.
He's also with my pizza oven. We'll fire pizza.
Oh, man.
Grayson, grab the other end of this gray streamer.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Hang it up above the bed.
What are we streamers? We're not doing a party.
We're decorating.
But he doesn't live... Okay.
We have to prepare his space so that his body and his soul feels ready to move on to the next life, which I imagine is gray.
I thought it was supposed to be black.
Not for us, sweetie.
Okay, I just thought that's what it said in the book.
Why don't you take some of this gray chiffon and cover his desk?
Okay. I'll do that.
You knew him. Do you want to say some words?
It's not,
About him?
not time.
Not yet?
But if
Okay.
you guys want to look at a dead body, go ahead. He's in the bedroom.
He's in the bedroom?
Yeah, we should go hang some more streamers above his bed.
We should go look at the body. Could be really interesting.
Kind of do want to see the
Okay,
body.
come on, guys. Let's go look at a dead body.
So you go back into the back bedroom. Now he doesn't have a particularly big house. He was clearly a person of modest means, and lived alone in his advanced age, and so it's not a grand sprawling manor or anything like that. It is very tidy and sparse. You go back into the back bedroom. He's a very thin figure. He was clearly very, very old. And most of his body is wrapped up in some tight kind of bandages, right, to kind of keep it all together and laid out. So it's not like mummified, but it is tightly wrapped like a mummy type of thing. But his head and face, his head is wrapped around the skull and around the back of the neck, but his face is open, and you do see that he has his shield laying on top of him, and it's surprising like how big his shield looks and how tiny and frail his body looks underneath the shield, right? And there are 2 silver coins that are placed on his eyelids to keep his eyes closed.
He looks like a weird baby.
Have you ever seen a dead body before?
Or a baby?
Oh, I've seen so many dead bodies. Very few babies.
Yeah, okay. That makes a lot of sense.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing that you've seen more of death than babies.
What?
Well, like,
He's a paladin of Torm. Of course he's seen more death than babies.
yeah, but don't, babe.
I delivered a baby once. No idea what I was doing. The mother died.
Well, that's both in one day. That's nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, nice. Grayson, you all right?
Where
Snap
you
out of it.
hanging those streamers?
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
Just put him around the post of the bed.
Okay.
Grayson, you haven't even looked at the body. Come on.
I don't.
You want me to take the coins off his eyes?
Oh, that's okay. I'm
His eyes will pop
I'm
open.
fine.
I want to see it. Take him off.
Yeah, take
I'm
them
okay.
off.
Grayson.
Did it happen?
Oh, look, he's looking at you.
Okay, he's not really. Come on. This is the kind of stuff you're going to deal
And
with.
it is literally just like the blank, glassy stare of death, like as the eyes slowly kind of peel back.
Oh,
Right.
that is
Rigor
eerie.
mortis clearly hasn't fully set in.
Okay, what do we do now?
I'll put these back.
Okay.
Well, it looks okay. Actually, my back hurts.
Can we help?
Wait, you want us to carry the
Sorry,
body?
I'm emotional.
It's understandable. Your friend has passed.
Friend's a strong word, but yeah.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
But if you guys could carry him over to the crematorium slash pizza
yeah,
palace.
I guess.
do it.
Okay, I think I can get its head.
No, well, me and Gracie
Yeah,
can
we can.
take care of this.
Okay,
We don't
thanks.
want you to. You
You
got the
should
head?
take some notes, though.
Okay. Oh, I like that. I will take notes. I'm ready.
Okay, I'll grab the legs.
I'll grab the head.
All right, here we go.
So Kron Lambert has conveniently leaned a litter up against the wall in the bedroom here, so that you don't actually just have to carry the body. You can load it onto a litter and carry it over there. He's constructed kind of this very rudimentary makeshift litter.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is this happening before our original episode 0 of Ironkeep? Or did that happen before this?
You're 13. I don't remember how old the.
I don't remember.
I'm gonna say this is probably
Before?
No, it must be after because you've decided to become a paladin.
Yeah,
now.
I wasn't.
And the original, in that first pre-session 0, you weren't.
I mean, this is pre-summer camp, but I think, yeah.
So it's after that had happened where
the curse
we
of the
burnt down
village.
the house and everything?
Yeah, so this is before session 0, but after summer camp, I guess.
Before? Oh, it's before session 0, not after.
Oh, okay.
No, after. You're right. It's after both of them. Yeah. Okay. I don't remember.
It's after both. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. Yeah. Let's get the body out of here.
Okay.
Live with your back.
Okay.
Lift with your back.
Don't write that down.
But I've never read that before.
It's your
It's
butt.
usually legs.
Okay.
Oh, that looks so painful.
It kind of is.
Yeah.
It's not that heavy. Come on. It's an old man.
He's a weird baby. Can't weigh that much.
It's just weird clenching and lifting.
Do you want me to carry the shield too, or should we leave that here?
Leave it on top. What the fuck?
That's a thing.
Yeah.
The shield. Leave the shield.
Leave the shield on top, of course.
Fucking pervert.
You either come back with your shield or on it.
Oh, whoa, there's just a dick hole in here. Your dick just pops out of this hole. Weird, that's why the shield's there. I'm sorry.
Look at this weird baby stick.
Master Tommen, it sounds like you really respected this guy.
Yeah, I guess I loved him in my own special way.
All right. So you managed to ferry the body over to the blazing. They do have, because there's been a number of curses and all that sort of stuff. Unique base stuff up. Very good. Because there's been a number of plagues and disease and curses, things like that. They do have a dedicated kind of little oven type structure that they use to.
We are Groot. Thank you for the 25 bucks.
To cremate people who pass on. It's a fairly standard custom way of hygienically taking care of and respectively taking care of people who pass on. So Kron is over there. He's got the thing stoked up. You can tell that the fire is blazing, and
No pizza tonight, huh, Kron?
we don't actually cook any real food in this thing.
Says you.
Well, Master Tommen, I appreciate your strange sense of humor, but
Sometimes I dry my clothes in there too.
You don't know about Master Tommen's secret pizza parlor.
Every Thursday we have pizza night.
Parlor.
I'm going to let you pay respects in your own special way. I'm
That's not a good
glad to
idea.
see you address it with humor. Not everybody
I'm not
takes such
joking.
a moment. Well, all you got to do is swing that door open and let the heat do the work. And if you need anything, I'm going to be across the way over at the in there. Just give a whistle.
Won't the shield just get charred and not, it won't burn?
Oh, this pizza oven's full.
Would you put a pizza on top of the shield?
It's a great idea. Grab a cookie.
Is that actually English?
It was infernal.
This is so hard.
Wow, you were not prepared.
I was gonna say crack a couple eggs on it too.
I'm glad we waited.
Worth it.
No, you know, after his body burns, we bring out his. It's not funny. I'm having a hard time, Grob. Can you work with me here?
I'm sorry.
This is very difficult.
Can you not right now,
You
Garab?
fucking not.
Laugh at shit that's not funny. Please reserve for funny things.
Once his body is burned and we have the ashes, we will take the shield along with us and lean it against where we place his ashes in the burial chamber. But great question, Nancy.
Are you talking to me?
Narelle. Oh God. I remember your name. I remember everything.
I don't think that's true.
All right, me and Grayson just chuck the body in there.
Gentle.
Gently chuck the body in there.
Just kind of like a pizza.
We crumple his body into there.
No, we get
You got a
an oar.
stretcher.
Use the
You've
peel.
got
Get an
use the
oar.
stretcher like a pizza pallet. What do
And
you
then
call
the
this?
Peel.
No, we put the feet
peel?
in, and then we
Really?
lift it, and then he just slides in.
It's a fun ride.
Yeah. It's the last ride of a paladin.
The final ride.
All right. So you.
I just want to say a few words.
Wraith 42 had the best moment. He said, "I remember everything." Narrator, he remembered.
He remembered nothing.
He didn't.
I just want to say a few words. My friend. I didn't know Walther Rudescent very well. Only about a year. But it was slightly better talking to him than it was talking to a plant, perhaps. He blinked. At times he mumbled. And it made me feel welcomed and understood in a way I never have before. And let that be a lesson to you, children. Sometimes the absence of things is what creates the most. Anyone else want to say anything?
Oh, I thought there was more.
I
What do you want?
Kind of trailed off.
I
there.
did not know
don't know.
Sir Walther all that much, but he dedicated his life to the service of others, and he never complained about his station or desired anything but to be a servant of Torm, and that's something we can all we all hope that we can live as good.
And as long. He did a really good job staying alive for so long.
Too long.
That's debatable.
Lesson number 2, don't live that long.
Well, okay.
But then you can read so much time to
We've
learn.
talked about the reading around. You need to take it back and
Read a little more and just, yeah.
Matthias, why don't you say one of Torm's prayers?
Yeah. Torm be bright. Torm be true. Thank you, Torm. Here we go.
That's right. You can't read very well. You've had those prayers. I gave you that book of prayers like a month ago.
No, I read them. It just my memory isn't as good as it used to be. You know, I'm going on 14 here, and you lose some memory there.
Oh, yeah,
you would know.
So, what the fuck? I will smite you.
You're not allowed to do that anymore.
No, well, I know you can read. Why don't you,
I can read.
why don't you recite? We know.
Oh,
Why
okay.
don't you recite one of Torm's prayers for our dear Walther Rudescent, Paladin of Torm, better than a plant.
Yes. As we all know, feel free to join in.
Okay.
Nah.
I will.
Great.
Dear Tor.
It's a letter.
Lesson number 3, sometimes the best prayers are letters or songs.
It's a postcard
Dear
we're sending.
Torm, I never thought it would happen to me.
Hello from Miami.
Dear Torm, go on.
Don't interrupt her.
Thanks. He wasn't, though.
I'm so mad.
May your light
Light
May your light, bring
bring
warmth to all who
Prevail.
and may you go in peace
Go in peace.
To your final
resting
Prayer.
place.
where no dark may be found.
Oh, where
Do
we
you
all
want- Would you like me to actually take over for you?
Oh, okay. I thought that was
Grayson,
pretty good.
show her how it's done. You remember me?
Walther, you were the shield that protects, the sword that defends, and the lantern in the darkness. Your watch is over, and it is now time for you to rest.
I've read that one too.
So Tommen fell asleep. Or he's dead.
All right. And with that, the flames encompass the corpse. There's a
ready.
I smell.
streak of black smoke that goes up out the chimney, and over the course of the next hour or so, the body gradually burns away to ash. So, that is that. One unique beast gives their sub reroll to Havana Mahoney.
Thanks, unique bees.
That's happening.
Oh God.
All right. So, it's going to have to kind of burn overnight, right? In order for the body to completely dissolve into ash and whatnot. First thing in the morning, Master Tommen really kind of can't contain himself. You agreed that you're going to meet. You agreed you're going to meet at 7 o'clock to get a bright and early start and start hiking.
If you're not 2 hours early, you're dead.
Up to the top of the mountain. Yeah, so Master Tommen knocks at Grayson's door at 5 o'clock,
Grayson's already awake.
Yeah. And you anticipated this, and your mom already has some breakfast going, and you figured out a way to actually sort of delay Master Tommen long enough that you have a breakfast and things like that, so that when you show up at Matthias and Norel's homes, you're only like half an hour early at that point, right?
Oh, hello,
Please come
Mrs.
in.
Hale.
Come in. We baked so much. My mom would be so upset if you didn't come in and have a cinnamon roll.
I'll have 3.
Perfect. She made 17.
What a strange number. Mrs. Hale, you always were an interesting woman. Have you decided?
I'm assuming you're playing your mom. Is that fair?
I wonder if you've perhaps considered following the light of Tom in your brilliant son's footsteps.
Oh, I leave that for him. Yeah. I'm happy just in my lot and not stepping out of it.
Oh. That's fine.
What is that? Why are you a rapper?
I farted.
What's happening? What is this?
All right. So after a lovely breakfast conversation about the light of Torm, which Mrs. Hale politely
Have you seen a dead
endures.
body, Mrs.
I have.
Oh. Go on.
I'd rather not. Would you like some juice?
Oh, I love juice.
Pour it on a plate.
I assume there's a cup there. It's a bowl because we don't have cups. We're not a very rich family.
Just all over the cinnamon roll.
I wrote down 5 paragraphs, but I don't think we're gonna.
We're not going to leave this town.
Sorry.
We're definitely not leaving the town.
I'm done. No more role playing. I'm so sorry.
We're not going to look or listen to
All
Havana
right.
anymore.
So after a delicious breakfast, you gather your various recruits from their respective homes and stalk off across the Big Wolf Hills and begin hiking. So it's a nice fall day, right? It's actually fairly warm. Yes.
Can I have brought a donkey for me and nothing for them?
I'm trying to decide if you would have the resources to procure a donkey, but
I found it.
sure, I will.
It was wild and I tamed it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tom.
So yes, you're riding. I'm going to say side saddle on the donkey.
I'm wearing a dress.
You're carrying this, or you've got in your backpack. You've got the vase with
I'm just carrying it.
yeah.
Side saddle on the donkey.
Rudison's remains. Grayson, I'm sure, is leading the reins.
Yeah,
on
I've got a walking stick, and I've got a backpack that's actually it's a camping backpack. It's got a metal frame, so it's serious.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Very good. Is there anything specific you want to share about the stuff that you guys
Oh,
packed?
I have everything I could possibly have. I have 3 weeks of rations just to be safe. I did bring a couple of books, but I hid those from Master Tommen. Very important. Very important.
Snowshoes.
You never know what you're going to run into. I've got toilet paper, pencil.
So I'm carrying your
paper.
stuff, aren't I?
Eventually, probably. I've got a fire kit, first aid kit, climbing gear,
For
because we
3
might need
weeks
that.
rations.
Sybil of Torm.
Yeah. So when you go to pick up Narelle, it's obviously like she has got this pack that is just loaded down, and she's kind of like straining and grunting and breaking out into a sweat. You barely get 200 yards, and there's all of this weird clanking that's going on every time she takes a step. There's another thing in her pack that shifts a different way. So yeah, at some point you're just like,
Give me that. You take this.
Here, I'm strapped it, tie this to my pack, and we can split a lot of this weight.
Thanks,
can pick-
Matthias.
You're welcome. Just don't, we don't got to overplan. We're just going up the mountains for 2 days.
You never know what's going to happen. You have to prepare. Do you want to die on this mountain?
We're not going to die.
We might die.
We might die if we're not prepared.
How would we die? What's up there?
I don't know. How does anyone die?
That's why I have this book of survival just in case, but don't tell Master Tommen.
I'm sure that's going to come in real handy.
I brought my
Thanks,
ear
Grayson.
horn. I can hear.
Well, we might need it.
all right. The first day through the hills and whatnot passes relatively uneventfully. You begin your ascent up the foothills and your journey up the base of Dorwine Peak. The first day is honestly the easiest day. It's not particularly tough going. It is just kind of long and arduous, right? But that night you are sitting around the campfire, getting things, just kind of settling in for the night. And you can swear. Everybody roll a perception check for me.
What the fuck? Playing a
So
game?
perception will be mind, whatever your mind score is, plus you have ranks in perception. I believe almost everybody does. And you're just looking for a 6 out of your dice pool.
I have 1 6.
Uh-huh.
Really?
Nothing.
I've got a 6.
You get a 6. All right.
Wow, Grayson.
So you guys don't catch this, but the two of you, maybe they're in the midst of conversation, or maybe Grayson's off to fetch water or whatever it is. But the two of you are sitting there and just having kind of a quiet moment of contemplation, mostly because Matthias doesn't know what to say to you. And you swear that coming down off the mountain, you hear this weird kind of like hooting screech, right? It's a combination of of almost like a human bellow with a very high-pitched like owl screech mixed in with it, right? I don't know that I can even make the noise, but it's got this deep but it's got kind of like this long kind of hoot to it, right?
Really good. Did you guys hear that?
Sister Miranda.
What?
What?
It's very faint and it echoes down off of the mountain.
Did you guys hear? Nobody else? Master Tommen, you have to have heard that.
I have my ear horn. Of course I heard it.
What do you think that is?
Owlbear.
An owlbear? Really?
Wait, you heard an owlbear?
Was she
You heard
right?
one?
Maybe.
Should we get ready to defend ourselves?
I brought a
or-
knife.
I also
You
brought
brought a knife?
Wait, a case of owlbears.
Good idea.
Can I have that?
But then I won't be able to protect myself.
I'll
You
protect
didn't
you.
bring a knife?
Yeah.
I just,
I brought a knife.
I have a hatchet, but I just feel like I'd feel better if she didn't have a knife.
Oh,
Why?
Narelle has to learn how to stab an owlbear.
Yeah, I'm really good with a knife.
Ah, okay.
I can't. I've been practicing with.
Okay, yeah.
I can tell.
All right. Yeah. Thanks, Master Tommen.
Well, do you think it'll come down here?
What we should do is gather near the fire, for it is the manifestation of Torm's light. And
Okay.
it will protect us. But if for some reason it doesn't, we should stab the owlbear.
Okay.
I'm ready.
It's the first plan I've ever agreed with. Let's
Everybody
do it.
put your backs to the fire and face out in a circle.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't let me fall asleep.
If you think you're falling asleep, I'll pinch you.
Don't fucking pinch. I hate being pinched.
I know. That's I thought.
I hate it.
I know, I'm sorry.
All right. So you are all on, kind of on guard here, right?
Who brought snacks? It's their fault.
I did. Oh. I thought you were hungry.
That too.
So,
I've solved two.
10 minutes goes by, you don't hear anything.
Well, guess it's gone.
Oh, okay. Should we go out and look for it, maybe? Or
Why the hell would we do that?
well, I mean, we could probably take care of it. We don't want to get back to Oakhurst.
Yeah, but
It's one of Torm's creatures.
An owlbear?
Yeah, it lives.
What are you making?
I think what Master Tommen's saying is that it is not it's not an evil creature, and it's a creature that that exists in the forest.
You can
Regardless,
see in the dark.
it's true, and it
Because
just.
it uses Torm's light to see in the dark.
I thought it was just that it could see in the dark.
I wasn't aware that that's why it could see in the dark.
That's why anything can see in the dark.
I wasn't aware of that. So yeah, I
Write it
think.
down.
Yeah.
You guys brought your notebooks?
Oh yeah, I have extra.
Yeah.
Here, would you like a piece of paper? You can write and.
No,
and
you have
I-
6 notebooks in there. Just give them one.
I should just
notebook.
defend
yeah,
the
you're-
camp against this owlbear. I mean, you said stab it if it gets close. What if we get close first?
Well, we don't need to hurt it. It's just an animal.
Well, I
It's
don't,
probably more scared of you than you are of it.
that's good. I'm okay with that.
But sometimes when things
So-
are afraid, they attack because they're scared, and that's what I'm worried about. I know.
Yeah. So
You're like Matthias over here. You scared?
That's not me. That's him.
Matthias? You're Matthias.
No, I know, but he's the one who gets. Never mind. No, I'm not
I'm
scared.
making fun of you, asshole.
I'm not scared. I wasn't scared of it. I just want to, use my abilities that I've learned so far.
Matthias is real brave.
Oh, you're right. We should
Thank
take a
you.
walk.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you. So useful.
I know.
I just want to go and take care of this before it takes care of us,
And
We can't
as you're in the midst of this kind of like furious discussion of like what you should do, you hear a rustling in the brush.
Snakes!
Maybe 20 feet away.
Snakes!
Snake bears? Who's there?
I don't think snakes will answer.
They'll hiss.
if it does, fucking kill it.
Oh, yeah.
There it is.
Don't trust a talking snake.
Hello? I kind of walk forward towards the noise, the shuffling bush.
Okay.
I walk with you.
Be careful.
Get away.
Give me another perception check.
Okay.
You have dark vision, so I'm going to
Yeah.
give you 2 bonus dice on this.
Doppelganger.
Holy shit.
yeah.
3
Wow.
sixes.
I don't perceive a damn thing.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah. So you're kind
You
of
can see in the dark.
you're looking off in the wrong direction, right? You're
doppelganger.
looking up the mountain, right? And it turns out like he looks around and you see some sort of small. You're not sure if it's brown or black striped creature, about yay big, right? Like about the size of a small dog with this huge kind of like long plume-like tail that it's sort of like that bouncing out of the bush, and it's kind of like looking up at you, and it's doing like a little bit. And you can see that the tail is beginning to curl up.
Oh, it's a skunk.
but it's a giant skunk.
Is it big old skunk?
What do you see? What is it?
It's a skunk bear? I don't know.
Skunk bear.
Wait, so what does the extra 6 mean? Do I do something additionally later? Or
Well, there's no. Sometimes you don't have bonus effects like from
okay.
perception, right? Like,
You get to ask
Muzzle
2 of these
bear.
questions? No, wait.
Spray.
yes.
Water.
I mean,
Fruit
you
juice.
bonus
you
effect?
can ask
we're down
some more
to
specific
single
questions
rolls.
about it if you want.
Does it look like it's going to harm us?
It looks very upset. In terms
Okay.
of harm, you know it's you clearly recognize it as some variation on a basically a dire skunk, and
Okay.
you know that if it sprays you, it will be almost impossible to get that stench off of you.
Okay. And does it look hungry?
That's a good question. It does look hungry, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
D-
And you notice that you're quite a bit a ways above the wood line. There are still patches of scrub brush and things like that, which is
Okay.
where this thing came out of. But normally you would expect this type of creature to be foraging down in the forest proper and in the hills rather than up here along the mountain ridge.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna slowly back away and say it's some sort of dire skunk bear thing, and I don't think we want to get sprayed by it. Also, it looks hungry.
What?
So let's just maybe throw it some food. Who's got some food?
Well, I have some, but we need to hang on just in case we get lost out
You
here.
have a ton of food. Just throw it a little bit.
Okay, all right. I'll throw it a little food. I'll pull a little bit of my 3 weeks' rations.
Okay. Yeah. Why don't you give me? Why don't you? I'm gonna say that this is a charm check, but you don't have any ranks in charm, so just go ahead and roll your heart.
Okay.
That's 3d6.
Roll your heart.
Well-
Wait, what the fuck is this?
It's my Polyhero Wizard die.
What?
It's a fireball.
I have never seen that. That's
I
amazing.
just got him. Isn't that cool?
Oh, it's so cool.
All right, you got no successes. You can either spend a luck point to re-roll. You could push your luck and take on a condition. You could use your sub re-roll to just re-roll the whole mess.
If I use luck, I can use it to re-roll all of my failures. Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
Oh.
Whoa.
Come on, 6. Okay. I got a 5.
No. All right. Not close enough. All right. So you start digging in your pack, and the thing begins like turning as you're rustling around in your pack, and there's something in your pack that jangles because obviously you've got this thing overstuffed, and it looks at you. And you do manage to get the food out, but you're so nervous you just sort of like plop it on the ground in front of you guys. And so as you're standing, kind of a little bit away from the fire, as you guys are standing there, the thing begins to kind of like look at you and like start walking directly towards you where this food has been dropped.
I'm gonna.
Here, kitty.
Don't call it, Master. Don't call it.
Can I do a perception check to see if I know what it is?
He's already said it's a dire skunk, so you're
Oh, I was right.
yeah.
I wasn't paying attention. Sorry.
Yeah, so you know what it is.
I just
It is
assumed
like-
I was super wrong.
Oh, you were right. Dead on.
And with as many successes as he's got, that knowledge I'm going to make common knowledge for the group is once you've spotted it, you realize like, oh, this thing is big, but the musk on this thing is ultra potent, right?
Okay. I'm gonna run over to her and just kind of push her back away from the food.
Okay. All right. So it starts. It's kind of like curiously like watching you, and then it kind of makes like a hissing, and you see its tail curl a little bit more, and it starts kind of nosing its way towards where this kind of like, I don't know what it's like. I don't know if you have crusts of bread or what
Yeah.
like you pack for rations.
Probably dried
Jerky.
meat.
Yeah, you probably have jerky or something like that.
I wanna try and like kind of calm this thing and be like, hey, it's okay. We're not gonna hurt you. Okay, it's okay. You can have the food. It's okay, little guy. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, so it's fairly nervous.
Little guy.
And there's a lot of commotion happening here, so I'm going to say it's going to take 2 successes on your charm check to successfully
Heart.
Oh, close.
All right.
That was 0.
That slam technique
Sick.
is terrible.
Yeah, that's weird.
One success.
Why? You know what
Really
dice do, right?
So that's a
Get away from me.
yeah. You get a partial success on that, right?
Can I take a condition to make that work for me?
You can invoke.
Stinky
I believe you
isn't
can
an
invoke your pride to give you an additional success, right? So
yeah.
Once per adventure, you can invoke your pride if you'd like to do that.
Oh, only once. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to do that for this guy. So we'll just suffer the consequences.
Okay. So here's what happens: is he's kind of like good boy, and it kind of like seems to settle down for a moment, kind of like mush in, and then it like lurches forward for the food, and it ends up jumping right on top of your whole pack, right? Start going through your pack, and you guys scatter away from this thing as it's like tearing through your pack and like munching down, and it starts wiping out your rations, and it doesn't seem to care particularly much about the fire and whatnot, but it is like engrossed, and anytime that you sort of approach a little bit, it kind of hisses like it's protective of its new nest that it's made. So that's what's happening. What would you like to do? You've all essentially scattered back like about 30 feet from this thing.
We have to kill it. It's eating all of our emergency food.
What do we do, Master Tommen? Do we attack?
We burn it.
We burn it.
Is that how you take care of dire skunks?
That's how you take care of most things.
Okay. Well, I had a fire kit, but it's in the pack.
It's alright, I've got a big piece of wood I found.
But you have to light it on fire.
We have a fire.
Okay.
It's right next to it.
Yeah.
I will not be afraid, for Tom will guide me to burn this dire skunk alive.
Brutal.
All right. Are you taking an action with that phrase, or
Can I do that? Yeah.
It's up to you.
Yeah.
Sure. So what's your intention here with this?
To kind of like create a giant torch and then like either place it or toss it at the dire skunk, like on top.
When you
of
say
it.
create a giant torch, what does that mean?
Just create a torch, put an end in the fire, and then.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna say that is a finesse move.
I don't have any bonuses in that, Tom.
Yeah. Well, that's not.
How about force?
How about I'm doing it because of Torm. So how about smite
You gonna try and smite this thing?
with flames? Yes, my dear boy.
All right. So basically, give me a smite check first of all.
Wait, what is smite? I don't know what that is.
It's under divinity.
Oh,
Right there.
oh, I know where it is.
Oh.
I don't. I've never
Basically,
played a paladin. and I
you
don't
call on the divine power of Torm to help you to dispatch this creature that
Oh,
you're
okay.
facing.
Which is what I was saying, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds
sorry.
good.
And don't have any paladin experience.
Evil.
Okay,
So-
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You need 6.
Smite. I need 6. Oh, excuse you. Well, farts. This rerolls everything?
Yes.
Come on, baby.
There it is.
Boom.
All right.
Boom. Two.
Very good. So you got a success, and you can use your additional success to buy a bonus effect if you so choose.
Okay. Upon impact, I want the torch to explode. Is that
Okay.
what you mean?
Well, there's a list of bonus effects under the skill, but that's fine.
Oh, sorry.
But one of the
Oh
things you
yeah,
can
let's
is-
do your weapon shines a bright light in a 60-foot radius for the rest of the scene. Any fiends or undead within the light suffer agonizing pain.
Okay. All right.
Just more for like visual effect.
Great.
Wait. But my first action is your weapon fulminates with holy fire.
I think you kind of have to pick one or the other, right? You either have to
Fire, which
you either
makes
have to
sense.
pick that it catches on fire, like you said, or you can have it shed light.
Okay, I'll just catch it on fire normally and then do the 60-foot radius of light.
Okay.
I think that'll impress the kids.
All right. So in that case, I think I still need a finesse check to catch it on fire. Is the thing, right?
Gotcha. Well,
Nice.
Praise dog.
All right, very
praise
good. So
dog.
you swipe your you swipe this into the fire. Give me a force check to attack this thing. So you get a additional bonus die because of you have channeled your power into this thing.
this is so many rolls.
It is a lot of
Okay,
rolls.
1, 2, 3,
It's
4.
a little bit of a complicated move that you're doing, but
Yeah, it's 4.
5, but he gave me a bonus.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that how many I should have?
Yes.
3, 4.
Oh my god, that was
Whoa,
worse.
3 1s.
Well, what's the reroll do now?
you can re-roll your whole pile of dice if you want to use your re-roll.
I want this
Then
to
that's gone too.
work.
All right.
I've got 2 successes. I can't stop now. Oh god. Hold on.
Yeah.
There
okay.
you go.
2
All right.
sixes, okay.
Two sixes. Very good.
Do I get a bonus on that? For force?
Yeah, no, two, I mean, force, you avoid any collateral damage sounds like a reasonable bonus effect, right?
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
I
So-
humiliate it.
Pin him.
So you
Oh wait, can I take something from your opponent? I can like maybe rip the rucksack from him? From his clutches?
well, let's narrate the actual action that
Okay.
happens here, right? Because what you do is you give kind of a gurgling battle cry, charge directly toward the thing, invoking Torm as you do, light this branch or log on fire, and then suddenly it flares with holy radiance as the power of Torm bursts forth from you and lights this flame into it like a scintillating white, bright white, almost like a phosphorus style flame, right? It's almost like you've got like some sort of like sparkler or firework on the end of this log, and you swing it down, and there's this arc of streaking light and sparks that swings down, and you hit this thing super hard, right? Square on the noggin as it's looking down. It's chewing away at the backpack, and it looks up at you, and you swack it clean across the face, and it goes tumbling end over end away from the backpack, and kind of like shakes its head a few times and hisses, and then it slinks off into the woods.
Wow. That was incredible. Master Tommen, that was incredible.
Oh,
When are you going to teach us that?
Someday.
Wow.
See, this is where you gotta dig your holes. It all builds up to stuff like this.
Wow. Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't take my hole earlier when you asked. Is your bag okay?
Did it get destroyed in the fire?
No, your bag did not get destroyed. So with her bonus effect, she avoided a lot of like collateral damage consequences, which means you guys didn't get sprayed. And although the thing has certainly disorganized your bag and eaten a bunch of the rations that you had squirreled away, you still have a week's worth of rations in there that are untainted by this gross, skunk.
We only have 1 week's worth of rations, which isn't really very much. So just make sure that you go careful. You go really easy on what you eat.
Oh, it'll be
in case we
fine.
get lost. You never know. But don't eat too much of it. I mean, you should have some, but don't eat too much of it. But I think everything else is here for the most part.
I mean, I still got. I got cinnamon rolls if anyone wants one.
Oh, okay. That looks good. Thanks.
Yeah. All right. Are they all right, or do
So good.
you have any juice to put on these?
Oh, juice.
No, I didn't bring any.
Ah, okay. I'll have them dry. An ochre specialty.
Yeah.
All right. So the rest of the night passes relatively uneventfully. I assume you have some sort of maybe watch thing set up. I'm not sure actually whether you would or not, but.
I imagine Master Tommen makes Grayson stay up the entire night.
Grayson, be a dear.
Okay.
Take first watch, and second watch, and third watch.
Yeah, I suppose as part of your paladin training, you would actually make them take different shifts, right?
Oh yeah.
So yeah, you buddy up and switch off and whatnot. But there's nothing else unusual that happens the rest of the night. It seems like a fairly quiet and peaceful evening. You wake up bright and early the next morning and head off and continue your way up the hill. You expect sometime late afternoon. You'll likely mid to late afternoon. You'll probably reach the Temple of Saint Wendelin the Vigilant, which is the Keeper's Temple, and assuming that you only do a brief stop over there, then late afternoon you might be able to actually reach the summit of Diorwine Peak. So you're climbing along. It begins to get a lot more difficult at this stage, right? You're now actually sort of mountain climbing per se, where you're scaling surfaces. Now the mountain does have trails on it, so instead of just having to climb sheer cliff faces and things like that, you do little switchbacks of stairs that have been carved in the side of the mountain, kind of up and around and spiral back and forth and that sort of thing. So it's not super dangerous climbing, but it is tedious and it takes a lot of effort out of you. And you get a little over halfway to what you would consider like, it gets to be late morning. And you see that clouds begin to kind of roll in from the other side of the mountain, and a chill begins to descend in the air. And it's early fall, but you can tell that it looks like there's some weather rolling in. It begins to snow a little bit, not too concerning. And you figure, well, we might get a little wet with some sleet and whatnot, but if we push onto the temple, we can hole up at the temple and avail ourselves of their hospitality and warm up. And if we have to extend our trip a day or so, it's not a big deal, right? But as you continue to push on, the snow gets heavier and thicker, and the visibility goes down considerably.
Can I put on my snowshoes?
Yes, you can. Absolutely.
Oh my God! How did you?
I did. I wrote them
know?
down. Jeez. Listen, there's a little bit of Megan in here, so.
Now, you are running the risk of losing the trail as the snow begins to accumulate. So is there anything you want to do to avoid getting lost or otherwise getting sidetracked here as you begin your climb up to the Temple of Saint Wendelin?
Leave a trail of crumbs.
But wouldn't the snow cover up the crumbs?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
It was a good idea, though, if it wasn't snowing.
We could create a map of where we've come from and leave markers, but that maybe are against the mountains so they don't get snowed on.
Yeah,
like crumbs.
like crumbs. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're on the right path there.
Yeah, but maybe something that there's like a stick that won't melt or be eaten by some creature.
Oh, creatures love sticks.
And crumbs.
I don't think creatures normally eat sticks.
Dogs do.
I don't think they actually eat it.
What?
Though. I think they just like to chew on it.
Great.
I've never had a
You know what
dog.
dogs are? What? What is dog?
All right. So you're debating ways that you can kind of avoid getting lost on the mountain here. But you're trying to navigate your way to the temple, and as I said, the clouds have moved in. You've actually moved in up high enough into the mountain that the clouds kind of roll over you.
Oh, wow.
And the snow is coming down, big, thick flakes that seems somewhat unusual. And you all hear that kind of like weird screeching howl thing again, but it seems like it's maybe, not within like 30 feet of you, but certainly within 300 yards of you.
The skunk followed us. It followed us.
Did the skunk die?
No, the skunk ran off, but this noise is a lot louder than you think that skunk could make.
Sure.
It's not a skunk.
What? Yeah, it's not.
You think it's the owlbear again?
Maybe. Maybe something worse.
What? What's worse than an owlbear?
Everybody give me a perception check.
Perception.
Oh my god.
Ooh, baby, I got one of them sixes.
Yay! I got
How's Master Tommen?
6s.
So good.
So we add them up? Is that the...
That's fine. Whatever.
Can't see, I can't hear. I perceive the shit out of some things.
So Master Tommen, you see the thing that you're looking around, and the thing that you can see is that you can just make out the outlines of the trail that goes up and kind of curls off to the left. But you are looking up to the right, kind of more in the direction where it's difficult because of that noise echoes around off of the mountain here. But you look up off to the right, and you swear to God, you see.
Swear to Torm.
Yeah, you swear to Torm, you see a creature that's probably minimum 9, possibly 12 feet tall. It looks
Superstitious.
somewhat ape-like.
Whoa.
It's is covered in long white fur. It has two
it's
very
bloody.
pink kind of eyes and like 2 tusks coming up out of its lower jaw. And it's got these long, lanky,
No, it's okay.
very burly, muscular arms that end in like black, hands and claws. And it's peering over a boulder at you.
Nice.
What?
Easy.
Nobody go
You
skiing.
see that?
I can't
You
see.
There's
That's
a big,
too much snow. What are you
it's like
pointing
really
at?
tall.
What?
Calm down.
But it's just see it. It's like a big monster and furry.
It's just
teeth,
white. I just see
eyes.
white. I can't-
It's like 20
Stop
feet tall.
yelling at me. I can't. I don't see anything. I don't see it.
It's an abominable snowman.
What? What is it? What?
What?
Abominable.
I can't understand you. You just said it louder. It's not more clear.
I believe Master Tommen said it was an abominable snowman.
Abominable.
But what is that?
So,
Yes. What
I don't
is
feel like
that?
I can
actually
talk
I have
about
no
it.
idea what Obama means. Actually, I've never questioned it.
it's a creature of ancient lore. Very dangerous. Very
It's
wise.
looking at us. Wait, it's wise? We can ask it questions? It knows things?
You really turn on a dime for like
Yeah.
knowing shit.
And I feel like you should be afraid of it. That was the right thing. I don't understand why you're suddenly not afraid.
I'm
Just because
still kind of
something's
scared.
smart doesn't mean it won't kill you.
Yeah.
I don't want it to kill me, but I mean, if it can answer some questions.
Maybe you can borrow a book from it.
You think it has books?
No!
At this point, the donkey begins braying.
I say we stand our ground and fight it.
I did. Okay.
The donkey?
No, I think he meant the snowman.
Push it off.
He's not a snow.
Roll force.
This is very Skyrim.
You're like,
Ragdolls
fire.
down the mountain.
Legs are all limp.
No, not the donkey. The abominable, the
He was my
snowman.
best friend. Greg!
You've lost a lot in 2 days. I'm sorry, but look, we got to keep going. Grayson, are you with me? You gonna fight this thing?
Yeah, I mean, if we have to defend ourselves, we have to defend ourselves.
We have to defend ourselves. Don't chicken out on me, all right?
Okay, I think you're very quick to violence. We don't. We can just keep moving. We don't have to fight.
Who hurt you?
Master Tommen. No, I was in the middle of it. Probably Master Tommen. Master Tommen said it's very dangerous. What if someone else travels up here
So-
who isn't as well trained
So is
as
a
us?
broken window. Like
What?
Things
Yeah,
are
let's
dangerous.
break windows.
As Torm says, like we don't run from danger, but we don't run into it.
Torm doesn't say that. He does.
I think he does say it.
Which is it?
Because I'll roll quote scripture if you want me.
I do.
It's like
I probably never read it. I never read that scripture, so
Where's that?
It's on.
it's under mind.
Mind? 1, 2,
Oh,
It's like
Oh,
20 feet tall. I don't think you can beat it.
You don't remember that. You didn't read so good.
Well, wait, you failed, not me.
Yeah.
I agree, I probably didn't read it, but you also probably didn't read it or remember it.
I'm misquoting something.
Torm also said.
Yes, Master Tommen?
Torm also said, go towards the light. And this Yeti is very white and reflective.
So we should go to
I mean,
it.
bummer. No, man.
So you're telling us to go after it?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
How are we gonna? But how though?
You can stay here with Master Tommen.
I bet if we scream, he'll come here.
What? No.
No, we could get the jump on it.
I think it's already seen us. It was looking.
Is it
He
still
won't
there?
stop waving.
Everybody give me another perception check, please.
Oh my god.
Ooh, I got a success finally.
You did
I
it.
got one as well.
I also have one.
Me
Holy
too.
shit!
I got
you
two.
we got two.
Excuse me.
We all succeed.
Monster.
That was the donkey.
Not,
All right.
not Tommen. Okay.
So Norel kind of like zeroes you in on where this outcropping of rock that's covered in snow where it was standing, and you all look up there and the thing is gone.
Oh, shit.
It was there. It was there.
Ah, we spent too much time arguing.
Huh?
Well, can we get over there?
Torm also says, do not go where it has been, but go where it shall be.
Okay, so we gotta find its cave. It probably lives in a cave.
Kill all its babies.
Why? Would that just make it more angry?
That's what the holes were for.
It'll make it weak. I should know.
Can I see any caves nearby with my success?
That's a really dark turn on Tommen's storyline that you just threw in there.
Woo-wee.
So you don't immediately see any caves in the nearby area. What you do notice is that it is beginning to really start to the snow is beginning to really pour down, and that is complicating your efforts to spot where it went. It may have just literally just turned around and you wouldn't know because it's got white fur and the snow is coming down thick enough now that you can't see it through these huge flakes that are coming down, and the wind is beginning to whip a little bit. You're not, other than Norel probably packed some winter clothes, but you're not super well dressed for
Snowshoes, man.
this type of expedition. So with your perception, you can tell if you were to chase this thing, you think it's probably got a head start on you, or it's better equipped for the whole group, versus the whole group. But you also think we better get to shelter soon because we're going to be in trouble.
We can't go trudging around in the snow. We'll get lost and then we'll freeze to death. We have to get to shelter.
Okay.
And we don't have that many rations.
Okay. Okay. I have a cloak of the winter woods, so I'm gonna wrap myself in that and start. I'll go ahead and just to be 50 feet ahead of you, and I'll call out if I see it. But hopefully, it won't be able to see me wearing this cloak.
Be careful.
I'm
I
cold.
will. Oh, okay. Do you want the cloak? I mean, I can't. You're gonna be fine.
I just think we should find shelter.
I have an extra blanket.
We're gonna look. I'm gonna look for shelter, but also in
Just
case.
saying.
Give him the blanket.
Here, you can have this extra blanket.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now you kind of look like a baby.
A weird one.
Wow, did you just, are you gonna die on this mountain? Is that what we're...
Ooh, I got a couple coins.
Not all weird babies are dead.
Quote that.
All right, so you're gonna scout ahead for the trail and whatnot?
For either a cave or the monster, or I'll see whatever it is first, hopefully.
Okay, all right. And the rest of you are following along behind him. Okay, why don't you give me another perception check, I guess.
Would this be with my cloak? I was gonna use that for stealth, but not for perception, I guess.
Yeah, you're sneaking with your cloak, right?
Right, yeah, okay.
that's
But this is
fine.
perception.
But yeah, this is you're scanning for. The main thing I sense that you're doing is you're actively trying to find a cave or the creature or the trail.
Right. I'm not using my cloak bonus for this. Is what I wanted to say.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. No, but I'll use my luck.
Okay.
Yay, 1.
All right. So you don't see the creature or the cave, but you do manage to continue following the trail, and you follow it in a fairly direct manner, right?
Okay.
You can tell that it would be very easy to get off the trail and start kind of wandering in circles, especially given how bad the conditions are. And the wind has really picked up. But what you do see up ahead is a low, looks like some sort of rectangular stone outcropping that almost has kind of like a roof type of structure on it. Or built into it, and there's snow accumulating on it, and there's snow accumulating to the side of it. But there is a rather inviting yellowish light coming from a doorway that is embedded in the side of this thing.
The door's open, or is it closed?
The door is closed,
Okay.
but you can tell that there's maybe some sort of like little hatch that you would
Gotcha.
somebody would open, and the seams in the door have light coming out from it.
Okay. Well, I'll stop
what
and
you-
take a knee until these guys catch up, and then kind of point out what they probably see by the time they get there.
Okay.
What's the point of running ahead if you're just gonna sit here till we catch up?
Well, I wasn't gonna go inside by myself, should I?
But you know what the concept of scouting is? To
Well, if it was dangerous, I would have called out, right?
this will be a lesson when we get back.
Okay.
All right. So as you catch up to him, you notice or you recognize this very clearly as the Temple of Saint Wendelin, right?
Oh, we're here.
Oh yeah, I couldn't read the sign. I mean, I didn't see that sign.
You can't read.
That's not what I said.
So
I know it. They know it. Why don't you know it?
Why you gotta bring me down?
'Cause I'm your dad.
and as you get closer to this place, and you're, like I said, you have been here before. It's been many years, or at least a couple years since you've been up here. But as you get closer, and you're glad to be on the verge of getting in out of the snow, you can hear it sounds like inside on the other side of the door. It sounds like the sounds of maybe there's singing going on inside, or a lot of loud, boisterous conversation or something like that, which strikes you as a little bit unusual because the guardians of this order are generally very solemn dwarves who take their duties very seriously. They haven't taken vows of silence, but
Oh my god. Haunted.
did the garbage can just open? But they're not known for being a festive kind of crew. And yet, as you get closer, the wind is whipping and the little bits of snow and sleet are stinging your face and your eyes, and you are literally covered with a layer of rime and frost. But as you get closer, you can hear it. It sounds like, God, just the easiest way to describe it is it sounds like there's some sort of dinner or guest party going on inside.
Oh man, maybe these dwarves have finally lightened up a little bit.
Should we go inside?
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah. It's cold.
Put your party faces on.
Okay.
Mr. Tommen, I don't cheat.
Huh?
No,
What?
Oh,
What did you say?
hey,
Nothing.
Well, we didn't
What?
hear you either, though.
Nothing.
Grayson, what the fuck did you say?
Nothing. Let's go inside is what I said.
Oh, he's so awkward.
I just said let's go inside.
Torm can tell if you're lying. And he will punish
He already has.
you. Good.
You get up to the door where you can hear the sounds of voices calling to each other, and like I said, strains of singing kind of coming in and out and things like that. But you go to open the door, and it's either locked or barred from the inside.
What the hell?
The fuck?
Should we knock?
Like that. And we're like, by Torm's light. And you're like, the fuck is this shit? It's goddamn ridiculous.
He is an exiled paladin.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let's knock. Everybody do some knocking.
All right. So it doesn't take very much time at all, and you see a ruddy dwarf. You recognize this fellow. His name is Friedrich Cacklefist, and as you recall, he was probably like the second in command or something like that.
Never could get up that ladder. But he needs one, he's short.
Oh, that's just
The thing that strikes you immediately upon opening the door is, number one, he's very red-faced and sweaty, which is in stark contrast to you guys are just literally like shivering in the cold. And there's this wave of heat that comes out from the inside as you hear him. You know, he must have lifted a couple different like stockade bars and turned a heavy lock, and he swings the door open and he says, "Oh, Master Tommen, oh, it's so good to see you again."
Frederick, my dear man, are you drunk?
Well, maybe a little bit. We're having a little bit of a celebration.
Well, let us in and pour us a cup then, all right?
Come right in, lass. Lad.
Formal robes.
So he's very, like I said, he's very red-faced. The other thing that strikes you is it looks like maybe his hair is thinning. His beard looks kind of threadbare, and he's bald on the top. And you don't remember him having, like, being bald. You remember him having like a full head of hair and being fairly young. And he looks a little emaciated. He looks a little bit underfed. You know, having met him before, that strikes you immediately as a little bit odd. But he's got this big bowl of a big tankard of what you assume is ale, and inside you can hear the sounds of drunken conversation happening, some drinking and songs going and whatnot. And you go into what must be like sort of the main dining hall, is like one of the first areas that you would venture into, right? And the place doesn't look like it's been kept up very well, honestly. There's kind of, you can tell that there's some places where people have peed in the corner and things like that, rather than going to the actual, loo or whatever facilities that they would have, or using chamber pots and that sort of thing. There's cups and plates that are kind of laying all over, and Friedrich is just more than happy to, "Oh, you're just in time. We're having a grand feast tonight. It doesn't happen all that often, but you know, a fella must celebrate. What would you like to drink? Oh,
They're
little Bridget.
kids.
Look at you, little Bridget.
They're kids and her name's Nancy.
It's
Oh.
Narelle.
Nori, little Nori. Welcome to the temple of Saint Gwendolyn, the ever vigilant. Well, not ever vigilant. Sometimes we take a little time out, right?
What are you celebrating?
What are we celebrating? Well, it is the Ivory Duke is holding his grand fest tonight.
Ivory Duke.
Same question.
The Ivory Duke, he's a vagabond, a traveler who was left stranded here upon the mountain. He has taken up residence with us all, and in reciprocation for our extreme hospitality, he has decided to throw a little feast.
Who's the Ivory Duke?
He shall be making a grand appearance within an hour or so.
Who is he?
Oh, he's a wee little lad, about yay tall. He has a small pointy hat. He wears all brown. Well, that fella, he can eat his fill of meat, I'll tell you that much.
He's a little guy.
He's just a wee little lad, but he goes like the Dickens. Just...
I don't like that.
Weird baby.
There's always this motif.
Okay. Maybe you should clean up for him. You know, get the place looking.
This looks like shit.
What? Well, we're in the midst of a party. Why would you clean up in the midst of a party?
We're in the midst of a funeral.
Well, I mean, of course you are. That would be the whole reason why. Tell me, who was it who passed on?
It was Walther Rudescent,
Oh, Sir
former
Walter.
paladin of...
Finally got his ticket punched, huh?
Are you okay?
I feel right as rain.
You look like shit.
Well, Master Tommen, you are no spring chicken either. But you don't see me
Yeah, but
rubbing my nose in it.
I've got all my hair and I'm fat.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well. Pardon my rudeness. What can I get you lads and lasses to drink?
I'll have an ale.
No,
One ale coming up.
Huh?
they're kids.
Oh, look at this one. He's a strapping young lad. He's ready to have his first beer.
That feels weird coming from him.
Don't be a pervert.
Oh, I only mean that in the way that it is as you young humans do. You finally blossom into your full selves. You suddenly take on the trappings of masculinity or whatever it is.
No, he's right. You can't say that to me. 2 cups of ale now.
2 cups of ale. That's the spirit, lad. There you go. What'll you had? 2 cups for you two?
I would like nothing. from
1 cup.
you. No, thank you.
No,
No, thank you,
ale
sir.
for
Your
children.
ale goes to little Nari.
It's not. Okay, yeah, okay.
No.
No,
Master
ale.
Tommen, would you like to have a little touch of the fire water?
You know I'm recovering.
All right, be
You
that
know
as
that.
it may.
You know what I would love is for the
Waldemar, 3 ale. He looks down at his 4 ales.
1.
I would love for Clan Caracal Fist to do their duty and maintain this most holy site and not let it fall to ruin.
This is our temple, and we take care of it as we see fit. And most other days of the year, I apologize if you happen to arrive at an auspicious time. But we polish, and we mop, and we scrub, and we dust, and we sweep, and we clean, and we make a little drinking song about it. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Here's an ale for me, and here's an ale for you. Whoop-de-doo, whoop.
When did you clean
Waldemar, where's my 5 ales?
It was 4.
Do we see a bartender over there? Is he talking to somebody?
It does look like he's talking to somebody, and then he goes, "Oh, Friedrich, 5 ales for you. Right, lad, you got a 5 ale coming. It's pouring it out right now as I am." And he comes over, and he's got 6 mugs of ale, 3 in each of his huge kind of hammy dwarven fists. You're looking at this stuff, and just to your eyes, you've seen ale before. This looks like dishwater, right? It's a little bit gray and murky. It's got some bubbles on top, like as if it were dishwater. And he slams them down on the table, and they kind of splash around a little bit. And he says, "Let's have a toast to Sir Walter Rudekind. Long did he serve. Long may his light continue to shine."
What's wrong with the ale?
What do you mean, lad? What's
I mean,
wrong with the ale? There's
is-
nothing wrong with this ale. And as he's drinking, you can see like bits of it is pouring over the side of his beard and kind of running down his mouth. He's just sloppily drinking it down.
can I just taste a little bit of it?
Yeah, so it tastes minty.
This isn't ale. This is something else.
What is it?
It's minty.
That's not how I've heard.
I don't know any
ale.
minty. I mean, I don't know many ales, but it's.
You've been drinking.
My father sometimes, when he was around, told me I could. Anyways, it's not important. It's minty. It's not ale. What are they drinking? How is he so drunk?
I think this is a curse.
Hey, what? Taste it. Maybe you might know something.
No.
Don't!
Just a little. I'm just saying. She's book smart. She can maybe
Just because
knows an herb
you're
or something.
stupid doesn't mean she is.
I'm not saying she's. I'm just saying just try it. I'm
Why are
not.
you trying to force
I'm just saying
bad
taste like
behavior
I
on
did.
everyone?
Oh,
You might be cursed just from tasting it.
Oh, there's.
Torms said, even a small lick of evil can taint the whole mouth of good.
I don't think that's how that went.
Even a small lick of evil. Here's to a little lick of evil.
Don't be a pervert.
way more than a
That's-
lick.
Yeah, it's a lot.
No.
Gulp
That'll put a little fire in your belly. It's a cold one out there. You picked the wrong part of winter to come hiking up the mountain, eh?
Well, we don't really choose when people die, so.
Oh, that's true. I wish we could some days. Well, some days we do with our axe and our sword. Am I right about that, lad, huh?
He's a holy dwarf?
Bleh.
Is this how they normally run this temple?
No, not this. It's not a normal day. It's a special day for us to celebrate all of the hard work we've been doing, all the sweating and slaving away, all on behalf of Torm, who needs everything to be just so. Well, today's a day for the dwarves. Today is our day where we take some time for ourselves. Huh?
I would like to quote some scripture at him. Tell him that. Basically, tell him you are not slaving away. You are. Torm doesn't force you to do anything. You are not forced to be here. This is everything is your choice. You're choosing to bend the knee and be subservient to others. That's the bravest thing you can do is allow yourself to be subservient to someone who you know that you could dominate.
So,
Don't be a
the,
pervert.
so the way I'm going to work this is if you make a successful quote scripture check, then I will give you a bonus on your charm roll.
Can I use my item affirmations for a life of service?
Yes, of course you can.
Okay. One success.
One success. All right, so I'll give you one bonus die on your charm check.
All right. So I'm going to charm him. 1, 2, 3, 4, and with my bonus. 6.
Wow.
2 sixes.
All right, so you give him a speech, and what's your intention with this speech? What are you trying
I
to
want to remind him
accomplish?
of his dedication to Torm, and that this is not the way of a servant of Torm. That he should be remind him of his duties and why he.
Duty.
Oh, you're right, little Bridgie. I have besmirched the great reputation of the divine protector of us all, the one who looks down upon those who are weak of will or weak of mind and steps forward with his great bright shield, protects us all. Oh. Oh, I can't believe I've done such a terrible job of being a Stuart Waldemar. Waldemar, no more hell, Waldemar. No more for anybody. The party's off.
He's still drinking it.
Yeah.
No, you tell that Ivory Duke that but the meals are so delicious. Oh, that fresh red meat, hot steaming off the bone. Oh, it's the best stew you ever had in your life.
Well, that was telling.
Why don't you show us the kitchen?
Of course.
And put the ale down. You just said you weren't going to drink it anymore.
Yes, you're right. I put the ale. That's enough of that. Let's go take a look at the kitchen. You must be starved. Huh? Strapping young lad like yourself, you probably have to eat 4 meals a day.
We brought our own food. We would never take from the temple when we were not in need.
Oh, well, it is our oath-bound duty to offer our hospitality to you and your
And
kids.
it is as customary us to deny your hospitality and say no thank you.
That's what Torm would have ordered.
Is that what Torm wants? I
Yes.
don't remember. Okay. I don't remember reading that about Torm.
All right.
It's in the B-sides.
It's on the B-sides. Very good. So you go into the kitchen, and you can tell that there's first of all, there's blood everywhere. Like they've clearly recently slaughtered some sort of creature, right? You're not entirely sure what. But everybody, why don't you give me a perception check to kind of investigate the scene here?
Nope.
All 5s almost. God damn.
1, 6. 2 6s.
2
Yay.
6s. All right.
Brainiac.
So you walk in and you can the smell is amazing, right? The aromas that are coming here out of the kitchen just smell like Christmas ham plus barbecue plus all kinds of like roast rib and that sort of thing. But they're all different kind of savory meat smells, just like assault your senses. And honestly, the last time you had a hot meal was a couple days ago, and so when this kind of hits you, it's really just you begin to kind of salivating involuntarily.
It's the best thing ever.
I haven't had saliva in my mouth for 50 years.
But you can tell that there's a copious amount of blood kind of all over the place in terms of like whatever creature that they killed must have been, number one, fairly large, or that they slaughtered was fairly large and it was fairly fresh, right? And despite that, you're like, well, Waldemar is also, comes staggering in the kitchen, and he kind of like opens up the oven and begins turning over this huge roast that's in there that's just smells amazing. But as you are kind of poking around and you see that there's a recipe book out on the table, and you're like, oh, I wonder what they're making. And you go and turn one of the pages, and then you look over the edge of the counter, and there is a small bucket of what looks like probably like meat scraps and things like that. And there are a few tufts of white hair, and there are 2 huge black clawed fingers that are sticking out of this bucket of chunks.
I think they might be eating that. The abdominal, whatever it was.
The predominant snowman.
That.
Look,
there's
Aluminum snowman.
well, whatever it is, there's claws and white fur in this
Labombable
bucket.
snowman.
Yeah, that.
La 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 bum
I think they're eating it.
Can we just see that? How they do that so fast?
I don't know.
It's a really powerful dwarf.
What if there's more than one?
Oh shit! Oh God!
What do you think of that?
That might explain why it was maybe following us or looking at us. Or...
It's trying to track down its lover.
Maybe they're eating its babies.
That was my idea.
What's your idea?
They stole my idea. Everybody steals my ideas.
Maybe it was Torm's idea.
No.
He implanted me. You are learning, Narelle.
Oh, I am.
I mean, Nancy.
You know you had it right the first time.
Narelle.
Yeah, I think.
Thanks for our bits,
Thank you for the
Bad, thanks.
Frederick, what are you guys cooking? That smells delicious.
What the fuck?
Oh,
Were you not there for the call thing?
we are
You fucking pervert.
having a heart roast.
What?
Heart roast.
Can I ask where you
Heart
this the meat? Where does it come from?
Where's the meat?
Where's the beef?
Where's the beef?
Well, we just have it in the cold locker.
Where'd you get it from?
Is it a coat?
Coat locker?
What's a coat?
Cold locker.
Cold locker.
Sorry if my diction is not what it should be.
But it is full
We
of
got a little
coats.
bit of the tipsy burpsy. Ugh.
Ew.
Can I, do you have any more? Can I go see it?
Oh, yeah, of course you can see.
Did you trade for this meat, or did you slaughter one of the local animals yourself, or?
No, well, the Ivory Duke has a trade in the stuff.
And the Ivory Duke is on his way.
Hey, he should be here. What time is it? The feast begins at midnight.
I don't have a watch.
I'm gonna open the cold locker when I get a chance.
Radabod. How long till midnight? 20 minutes. Oh, all right. We better get the table set then. The heart feast is about to begin.
When you say heart feast, you mean
The
We
roast.
eat a heart.
I think
It is properly done. One of the most succulent, delicious types of cuts of meat you've ever experienced in your life.
whose heart? Whose heart?
Oh, it's a cow, I think. Cow. It's about the size of a moose, maybe. It's big. There's enough to go around. If that's what you're worried about, we've never run out yet.
We're not worried about.
Wait, the heart is the size of a moose.
Master Tommen, can I
Like a moose heart.
can I speak to you? Can I speak to you slightly away?
Slightly away.
I don't, sir. I don't. You would know better, but I feel like
I know everything.
you know everything.
you go.
And
Well, I was gonna open the cold locker. Oh, I was just gonna.
Have one of these, lad.
No.
It doesn't. I don't actually want it anymore.
Glug, glug,
So,
glug. Just a
uh,
little tipsy toast.
I'm okay.
Nori, how about you?
I'll save mine for during the meal.
I'm just gonna pour it on the ground.
Oh.
Like he's still hanging on to
there
it.
weren't
and I
even
just-
any cinnamon rolls on there. So
Juice.
I feel like this Ivory Duke character is whatever is happening here is its fault. This Ivory Duke, I feel like this character is he's somehow corrupted this temple. It's I don't know this place like you would, but it feels wrong. It doesn't feel like Torm is present here.
I know.
Of course, Master Tommen, you know. Of course, I'm an idiot. Why wouldn't you know? Why wouldn't you know? Well, that makes sense. I'm sorry.
We're in here investigating the source of the changes which I believe to be the swill and the meats. You know?
Yes.
Do I have to write you a letter?
No.
When I'm thinking with my brain?
No, sir.
Oh, God, I'm always thinking with it. I am hungry, though.
All right, I'm gonna open the cold locker.
Careful.
Okay.
Sure. So you open the cold locker. There's nothing in there, right? It is a closet-sized area that is metal and kind of like sectioned off, and it's stacked with ice. It looks like there's maybe some sort of like hollow spaces, or there's racks inside where they can stack ice. It is stacked with ice. But the thing that you notice as curious is there's also a door in the back of the cold
fuck, I knew it. Oh, hell yeah.
Hey, Master Tommen, you should come take a
I'm
look.
right here.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Master Tommen's pretty smart. Master Tommen
Fucking
knows
on
everything.
it.
Hey, look at all this meat.
Basically
in here.
knows everything. So
There's no meat in here.
Yeah, but in the back there.
There's a door. Are you
Yep.
illiterate and blind?
I just want to. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go. Should we go look at it?
Oh, yeah. You first.
Okay, I'm gonna go check out this door.
I'll go too.
Nice and slow.
Do they?
Don't let him make eye contact with you.
Okay, don't look at me. I don't want me.
Stay close.
Yeah,
Hey,
you should
Frederick.
follow us.
Okay, okay.
You know, last time I was here, I think I left a couple things in my room.
Oh,
Would you go and see if they're still there?
Waldemar!
No, you. I don't trust Waldemar. He's got that look in his eye like, if I find your underwear, I'm gonna smell it.
Oh, that sounds like Waldemar, all right.
So maybe you could go look for me.
Don't smell it.
I don't want to leave my kids alone.
Aw.
They need me.
This one's stupid, this one's weak, and this one's an asshole.
But I love them.
Give me a charm check.
I'm so charming.
Charming enough to fuck your mother.
Could I use my blessed ring of St. Horus the Bloody? Could the power of Torm help me charm this man?
All right, if you want to key it to your heart stats, you can do that.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
It's going to help you in one area,
Yeah,
but
it's
you have to decide
tricky.
which one it's going to be, because once it's locked in, it's locked in.
Okay, I'll just see what I can do.
Okay.
I don't have any rerolls. Shit, fuck. Okay. Well.
You can push it.
Oh.
Yeah, so you could take a condition and then re-roll those
scared.
dice. Yeah, you can pick, like, you could be exhausted.
Oh, I'll
you
pick
could-
exhausted.
So when you take the condition, you immediately take out a die from this roll that she's doing now?
No.
Oh, okay. So it's after that roll?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. That's pretty cool.
So I take out and I re-roll it, or I take
Yeah.
out and it's an auto.
No, you have to re-roll it because you're pushing. Alternatively, you could invoke your pride and say, okay, this is why I succeeded this even though I should have failed.
But I can only use that once.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, and what is your pride?
We are paladins, not politicians. My faith is my friend.
Okay.
I'm
So,
not sure how that applies.
I don't know. I'll just take it. I'll leave it.
oh,
A non-success.
okay. All right.
I do one of these.
So he's kind of like he becomes sort of like confused, but he also like notices that the three of them are starting to kind of like nose around inside the locker, and he's like, "What is so unusual about our meat locker?
There's no meat in it.
Oh, we cooked all the meat."
We're just,
Never mind then.
we're from a small town, Oakhurst, so we don't have like fancy meat lockers like this anywhere.
We only
This
have
is
meat holes.
literally the only fancy thing that we have here. We live on the top of a bloody mountain.
We're not so different after all.
Keyword bloody.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of blood.
I'm just gonna check out this door.
Door.
Yeah, there's a extra meat locker. I don't know what's back there. There's a door.
Well, let's have a look then. And he climbs into the meat locker and he kind of starts like banging around with his ham fist, right? And suddenly the back end of it just sort of like flops down, and you can see that there's a narrow tunnel that looks like it leads deeper into the mountain.
Whoa, James V.
Thank you,
for the
James V.
40.
And as this thing flops open, there's this like rush of cold air that comes at
Oh
you.
no, I'm cold.
Whoa,
What's that about?
what's that about?
What's that about? Are we all doing?
Oh,
What's
God.
that
What
about?
is it about?
What,
Did I do it right?
What is it about?
Can't count on you for anything.
Can't count on you for anything.
No, I'm really
Can't call
useful.
you for anything.
No, I'm really useful.
You're drunk.
Going
You're
insane?
drunk.
You're drunk.
You're drunk.
You're drunk.
Drunk.
I think he's just mocking us now.
Ah, he's mocking me now.
Where's this hole go?
Right, let's have a look then.
Keep going.
Okay,
All right, let's go. You ready for this?
lead the way.
Right behind you. Don't fart. No.
Oh, you said it, now I'm gonna
said
do it.
don't fart.
I can't stop thinking about it.
Frederick,
Yeah.
if you honor me at all, do not fart on me.
I'll do my best, but I can't make any promises.
You know me, farts are the worst farts.
All right, so a couple things happen here at this stage in the game as you begin to proceed down this long corridor, right? This weird kind of
Are
like.
we crawling or are we standing?
You're standing. It's narrow. It's windy. It looks like it's rough hewn in the stone, but it's hewn in a way that seems unusual, right? You don't see actual strokes of a pickaxe or anything like that. It's almost as if it were melted through the rock.
Oh.
But a couple other things happen. Number one, James V has unlocked Tier 3, which is a bit more luck. How much luck is that? Is it 2? 2 more, or is it 3 more?
Oh.
So everybody gets 3 more points
Thank
of
you,
luck.
James.
Whoa, whoa,
Oh my
whoa,
goodness.
whoa.
So that happens.
Oh my grizacious.
So
I'm all out of luck. I'm so lost without you.
back
I
in business
know
there.
you were right.
Also, Tier 2 got unlocked thanks to people in chat.
Thank you.
Lay on hands.
Ooh.
So, at some point during the game, Master Tommen can perform a one-time ritual that will remove a single condition from everybody who participates.
Nice.
So those things are happening.
Hokey pokey.
Everyone put your right foot in.
The air coming at you again.
Let's
There's a strong draft coming at you. It's cold and it smells vaguely of sour milk.
Ew.
Fun fact: milk is pasteurized, so even when it's bad, it's still good for you. I mean, it's still not bad for you. I said, fun fact: milk is pasteurized.
Shut up,
so
Grayson.
when it's bad,
Such
like
a
it's still
dweeb.
not bad. Actually, you could drink it. It tastes bad, but
You
it's,
should drink
That's right.
sour milk.
I don't.
What we should?
No,
Is that what Tom would want?
no. I'm just saying you can because it's pasteurized.
Juice or GTFO?
Okay.
You want some juice rolls, baby?
I love juice rolls. Cinnamon juice rolls.
All right.
He saw some blanket on.
Very good. So you continue on the path. Are you doing any? Are you taking any sort of precautions? Because it is dark down here. So for some of you,
Yes,
it's
we
gonna
can't see.
pose a problem.
Yes, none of us.
Why did you say that? Of course we can't see.
Yeah.
Well, so Friedrich can see. He's a dwarf.
Sure.
Rub it in.
I have a fire kit. We can use that and light something on fire.
Oh, the badger didn't get it.
I don't think so. It was a skunk.
Oh,
Stop. Stop it.
No, you forgot. Master Tommen put a badger in your backpack.
Where did you do that?
foot break.
That's so sweet.
Yeah. And you're like, really? And you open it up.
Oh man, I got you.
Master Tommen doesn't know everything.
Got ya. Now, Frederick, we can't see as well as you, so why don't you if you see anything, just call it out.
I'll call it out, all right.
Honestly, I don't.
How about
How about I'll go front in.
we'll let the light over Torm?
Frederick's been. Master Tommen, Frederick's been drinking, so maybe I should just go in front.
You need light.
I mean, if you have it,
I see
great.
what you're doing. You want us all to get farted on, but
No, that is not what I.
You trying to dust us, Grayson?
No.
Uncool. Frederick, go.
don't
Oh,
dust
okay.
us.
No, that's not what I meant.
Oh, thank God you gave me the gold green light because I've
what I
been
meant.
sitting
It's
on
not
that
what I
one for a
meant. I'm
long
sorry.
time. Woo!
Oh, you're throwing up, Narelle.
Well, nobody light a match now.
Oh, Narelle. Not all over your rations.
That's the worst thing I've ever smelled my whole life.
All right, don't worry, guys. Well, like Torm says, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
It's the most adorable fart I've ever heard.
It was a really cute fart. Meow.
Excuse me.
Oh,
If I hear a fart, I do a fart. Them's the rules.
we're among friends, please.
We're also in a small space. Underground or in a mountain.
We made our own trap.
All right.
Oh, a trap.
I found a trap kit.
Oh, God.
I actually
They're
did.
disarming this.
I'm going to call upon Torm to shed light on our fart tunnel. I think it would be unwise for us to use fire at this time.
Not fire,
Yep.
no.
Can I use bless?
Bless doesn't normally do that, but if you want to just
What
do
would
it,
I use to create? Use
yeah,
like that would just be a
just a
paladin cantrip.
divinity check. It would be a divinity check.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, and then can I use? I'm gonna make my item attuned with divinity.
Okay.
Since it's the blessed ring.
It's
of
a
St.
holy
Horus.
relic.
And then I'm gonna get added 2 dice.
Sure.
So I'll have 7.
Okay.
Two 6s.
All right, sure. So, so as you invoke Torm's blessing to shed light upon it, everybody has just a little, a glowing hand appear above, like a mailed hand appear above your heads, each one of you, and it sheds light for about 15, 20 feet around you.
Isn't that cute?
Wow.
It's amazing. Are you going to teach us how to do that?
Well, if you figure out how to dig a hole, we can learn all sorts of stuff.
Oh, I didn't know I had to.
One step
a
at
hole
a time,
first.
Nancy.
It's Narelle.
Naruto.
I think I like,
Naruto.
Normal.
Not it.
Normal.
I like Nancy better.
But my name is Narelle. I mean, I guess I could be Nancy.
Oh, she has a crush
cool.
on you, totally does.
What? No, no, I
on.
don't. I don't know what you're
That's
talking
the
about.
farts talking. Come on.
I'm really high on farts.
What did chat call it, Don?
What?
The way you sniffed the poop.
Oh.
Oh, the jink at the start is called a jink or something?
That's just
A jank? A jinky?
Oh, yeah, I don't remember.
That was years ago.
Yuckum.
A yuckum.
Yakum. All right. So the light of Torm illuminates the passageway, and it looks like it leads down. So you follow this twisting passageway. It gets colder. The air. There's a strong breeze. It's not like the wind of outside, but there's a strong breeze that's blowing towards you. But it does, like I said, it does smell like sour milk. It does smell like it got this kind of like tang to the air that is very.
Plus.
There's someone that hates mouth noises so much. You make them so
No, it
often.
doesn't bother me when I make them.
After about 150 feet or so, you feel like this thing must have burrowed into the mountain further.
What animal did this?
And the passageway begins to open up, and you can see that there are branching trails that go off into the ceiling. There are shafts that descended down into the floor, and as if maybe some sort of earthworm or something like that had burrowed its way, kind of corkscrewed its way through the actual solid rock and melted it sort of apart. Right?
What the fuck?
And your books talk about this?
I've never read anything like this before.
I thought you were gonna say I've never read, and I was gonna be like, bullshit.
Oh no, I've read a lot.
We know.
You're reading a book right now.
I am, you're right.
It's not a book light.
really-
It's Torm's light.
And as your discussion, the sound of your discussion sort of echoes off of the rock walls and things like that, you suddenly hear a whimper that kind of comes from maybe a passageway up above you.
What is that?
Oh.
Hello? You hear me? Sounds like a dog or something.
I love dogs.
Well, we all.
Come here, puppy. Come here.
Frederick, what is that? Do you hear that?
I don't. I think maybe we're in a cursed place.
What?
Why?
This is not any part of the Temple of St. Wendland I've ever been in. This does not smell right. It does not feel right. It is a place of evil.
What? We should leave then, right?
We should smite it. That is Torm's will is to smite evil.
Can we do that? We can consecrate the land?
I mean, we can try.
Tell us what to do.
Darn right, we will smite the evil. We will purge this place of whatever foul beast resides within.
All
You can
right.
hear his voice echoing off the chamber walls.
That's fun. Hello.
And you hear the sound almost as if the rattle of a rattlesnake, but much bigger and multiple of these
Oh, I
things.
fucking knew it was fucking snakes. I told you.
You did mention snakes.
Master Tommen knows everything.
Oh yeah.
Wait, yeah. Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. This
Oh, total
is kind of
crush.
weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look, don't get scared. We'll protect you.
Which one of you kids has a weapon?
I have this knife.
That's perfect.
Oh.
You just grab the blade. That's fine.
Where are you?
Blade first.
Foul snakes and devils, serpents of the underworld. I wish you to face
Lesson one.
me
Let
in
him just do
single
his thing.
combat. And the righteousness of my heart will guide my blade to victory.
He seems pretty drunk. We probably shouldn't let him do anything.
And as he yells victory, suddenly there is a spiraling coil of strange fur, like a fur-like snake, right? It's this weird tubular snake, probably about
Snakes
this
are
big
tubular.
around, that is covered in this gray and light brown
God.
kind of diamond-back pattern that spirals down, wraps around his arm, and then just lifts him up into one of the weird curling circular shafts, right?
Oh shit.
And you hear, and then you see a few chunks of his leg and part of his hand that's not holding the knife, that falls down out of the scene with a thwump. I would like everybody to give me I'm gonna call this a heart check. Everybody just roll You're looking for a success on your heart dice.
Well,
I did it.
I'm gonna.
all right.
I'm a hardy boy.
I'm a hardy boy.
I'm a hardy boy. I did it.
Come on.
Oh my god.
Did you use one, or you can only use one?
Oh, okay, then give that back.
Oh.
But I'll use my Can I use my reroll? on top of
Yes.
that? Okay. Damn it! Damn it!
Those don't help.
Since I put my item into heart, does that?
Yeah, you should have added those dice.
No.
Well, it's for your it's for the specific situation.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
at that point, you were quoting scripture,
Yeah,
right?
so-
This is honestly just the horror of what you
Yeah.
just witnessed, is whether it's overwhelming you or not. So if you failed, you have to check a condition.
Oh.
Oh shit,
I am upset.
I'm scared.
Yeah.
I'm good.
You're good. Very good.
Great.
Pervert.
What? I'm erect.
Oh.
Echoes
Alright,
around
so
here.
step one, watch and observe what happens. And now we know.
I'm gonna grab that knife.
I just
Whoa, up
died.
against.
The knife hand is
didn't
not
fall.
the hand that came out. It was the other one.
I'm gonna grab the hand. Nope. I'm gonna take out my knife.
All right. You draw your blade.
Well, I'm going to try and channel my divinity to shield me and the kids.
Okay. You're gonna have to get a lot of successes to shield all of the kids, right? Because it's one person per success.
Can I roll and then, depending on how many, that's how many I protect?
Yeah.
Does that work? Okay.
Yeah.
But I do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then my ring.
The -1.
Oh no, 5. Wait, 5, 6, 7. I need two more. One
Oh.
more.
There you go.
But then -1. Never mind.
Oh.
For the thing, right? Okay.
Yep. -1 because you're scared.
Nice. Well, that's one.
One success. So you managed.
Let me re-roll it.
Okay.
Oh God. Excuse me. Excuse me.
All of them except the success.
I keep the.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Pedo.
Nothing.
Oh
Damn.
shit.
Okay. Well.
Okay, so you gain a +1 bonus to all die rolls made to resist harm or unwelcome influence for the rest of this scene. Right?
A +1 to resist harm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or unwelcome influence.
And I can apply that only to myself, or I can apply it as it needs to be to others.
It's you said you were invoking it on yourself first, and then potentially the kids if you got extra successes. So I assume it's gonna. It starts on. It's not something that you can just change at will. It's you have to decide who the target is right now. Either it's you or it's one of the kids, but it's not
Okay.
any combination of those things.
I'll keep it on me because if I go down, then I can't help them at all.
Okay.
So
All right.
put on my breath mask first
Noted.
before the weird babies.
Okay. So you invoke the protective power of Torm, and you can see Master Tommen, although he is shrouded kind of in the light of Torm. You can see that his hands are visibly shaking as he clutches the holy ring that he wears around his neck.
Wondering to rule them all. And in the darkness, bind them.
That sounds evil.
All right. So, again, you hear this whimpering sound coming from one of the branches around you. And it is accompanied. And there's something shifting very near you. You don't know if it's one of the passageways down here or it's somewhere on your left-hand side.
We gotta find that weird baby.
Maybe we should follow that. Yeah.
We can take it hostage.
Wait, why? But why would we take it hostage?
Very Torm-like.
It's called leverage, baby.
It's a great TV show.
Now what's a TV?
All right, what would you like to do?
You said there was something moving on the left side?
Yeah, it sounds like the weird rattling, snaky noise is coming from your left. The whimpering thing is coming ahead and maybe above you. It's hard to tell, again, as that thing echoes around. It's hard to get a sense of direction because it is such a weird catacomb, crisscross maze of undulating passages.
Okay, we should head forward and away from the snake thing, right?
Having seen Master Tommen attempt to use the power of Torm to shield himself, I'm going to attempt the same thing. And follow.
Look what I can do.
Yeah.
All right.
And I do not shield
You
myself.
do not.
That's
Do you
how
want
it
to
slaps
spend a
him
point of
as he's
luck
doing
or
it.
not?
You haven't even dug your hole.
I call on the power. You don't.
Shield myself.
You get a success. All right. Noted. Very good. So you're going to press forward? Is that the,
Yes,
is that
forward.
the idea? Okay.
Onward.
All right. Anyone who is scouting here, give me a perception check, please.
Okie dokie.
2.
What the fuck? 1 6.
Wow.
I got 2.
Damn. I want your dice.
Yeah.
Here you go.
All right. So, you guys can kind of tell that this must be coming from one of the passageways that's curling up above you.
The crybaby?
Yeah.
Is actually
Like
like
whimpering noise.
is the floor angling up at all, or is it
So
just
the area where you are now is considerably larger, right? So it's
Oh.
probably 20 or 30 feet across, and it's roughly 45 to 60 feet long.
Okay.
Because you're in this almost oblong type of area that has all of these side passages that go up, in, out, in weird directions, right? And so the noise, as near as you can tell, it may be bouncing up through a connective passage and kind of coming out somewhat near you, but it sounds like maybe it originates on the farther end of the room up towards the ceiling, right?
okay?
So you direct them towards that far end of the room. As you get towards that end, you can tell that there is some remnants again of this white hair kind of shredded around in the back of this cavern. Almost as if it has been shorn off with great force or something like that. But from behind you, you hear, well, welcome to the spider's den.
You're confused.
And you look around behind you, and you see perched atop a Yeti with its legs sort of embedded into its skull, right? As if it has fashioned some sort of chair or throne on top of this thing where its legs kind of like hang down over its forehead. And then with tendrils wrapping around out of the Yeti's neck and shoulders and things like that, you see a very small, pudgy kind of creature with slitted eyes and a small black hat. And he has these very leathery, tiny black wings and little needle-like claws.
What in Torm's name is that?
Torm's business is no longer at play here.
Tell that to my flashlight.
All right. So
Is he a fae? What is he? He's a demon?
he makes a gesture. Give me a divinity check.
Oh, fuck. Okay, so 5. Nothing specifically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus 2, minus 1. Okay. 1, 6.
1, 6. All right.
So the flaming sort of hands of Torm that are hovering above your heads, they flicker briefly, and you see little tendrils of smoky snakes come out from behind his leathery wings, almost like spring out from behind him and race around the room. And as you look at them, you can see little onyx skulls, little ivory skulls, little very tiny, bony skulls with fanged teeth that are trailing this black sepia smoke around them, weaving and twisting through the air, and they wrap around the various beacons of light that are above your heads, all of your heads, and they snuff out one by one, the one above your head, the one above your head, the one above your head, and they converge on the one above you, and you summon an additional charge of power from Torm, and they disappear. But the tongues above their heads have been snuffed out.
I told you his power has been weakened. Yes, that makes you the prime target.
Oh, fuck.
And he flings his hands out like this, and suddenly a fusillade of these little skulls comes racing out of the holes. But these are trailing oily black tissue, like muscular snakish tissue for the first 5 or 6 feet. And then behind that is again this weird diamond pattern of brown and gray fur.
Ew.
And they come racing towards you.
Can I attempt to shield Master Tommen?
You can. That is going to be. Are you trying to do a divine shield? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah. That's that move.
All right. Give me a foresight check first.
Foresight.
Yeah.
All right.
If you.
Double sixes.
Yeah. So you anticipate this move, no problem, and I'll give you a bonus die on your shield invocation.
Okay.
Damn.
Uh-oh.
Luck.
That's not good.
No.
Fart.
All right. So when you fail your shield invocation, you have attracted the attention of baleful spirits, and the game master may make something bad happen. So you do step forward in front of Master Tommen, right? And attempt to fend off these assailants with the magical divine might of Torm. However, you are not able to summon and channel Torm's divine energy in time, and they sink their teeth into you and they begin biting you. So take a condition, please.
I am shielded from harm. Is that gonna help?
No, that would have been a +1, plus a die to your defense roll.
So you can roll. You can roll one more if you want.
Yeah.
If you can get a success.
I'll
on
fail
it.
at this one and then take the hit.
Do it.
Yeah. Yeah. You
But
have
I
one
used
last
luck
chance to shrug it off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. So
Okay.
you
I'm injured.
Take it. You are injured. That makes a lot of sense. Very good.
No. That's what I would have done when I was young.
So we're gonna do
like you.
we're gonna do this popcorn initiative style, which means you can either choose somebody else at the table to go, or you can choose the bad guys to go again. If it doesn't really make a lot of sense, but remember, if you choose everybody down the line, then the bad guy can choose themselves to go twice in a row.
Okay. So I just went and got hurt. I feel like Marthas would be next up. He's
Marthas?
Mathis.
It's Narelle, okay? It's pronounced Narelle.
Yeah, it's Darrell.
Nartha.
Wait, what did you say?
Say that name.
What did you say that
And that's how good stories are written.
Yeah. Yeah.
name? So,
Wait, did you mean me or?
Matthias,
you.
yes.
Okay, cool. I didn't know.
Mathis.
Mathis, cool.
Martha, go.
I am going to charge it with my knife.
Okay. Wait, charge what? Who?
The little.
So there's the weird snake things that are attacking him. There's the
Yeti.
little demon
Yeah.
creature riding the Yeti
I want to see
Master
this.
Blaster.
I'm gonna
Is
charge.
there a drawing of this? This is drawn from something? This is out of your head. I love it. It's very Master Blaster. Yeah, I love it.
Who runs
very
by
cool.
the town?
The big guy. The
Okay.
big guy with the little guy.
Okay. All right. Very good.
And I'm gonna use my pride for this.
Yeah,
Okay.
you would.
I stand up for my friends no matter what.
So I mean, the thing about that is you still have to roll, right?
Oh, okay.
I mean, you can
Oh, it's
get
just
one
I fail.
automatic. It just counts as one automatic success, right?
Oh, I see. Okay. What would you like me to roll?
It's you're making it's an attack. It's a force.
Force roll? Cool.
Yeah, force roll.
That's 5. I got 1 6. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna luck to re-roll the rest.
Okay.
No, but I will use my pride to add one more.
Okay, so you're going to successfully attack this thing, and then you get one bonus effect.
Really? Okay.
I don't know that you'll be
Yeah.
able to directly knock them unconscious.
I thought so.
That's more for the lightweight kind of non-combat-y.
Can I pin him? That seems a little unreal as well, but it's an option.
Would you target?
The big guy. If I like tackle him with my knife.
Knife tackle.
Is he literally 20 feet tall though?
Well, I mean, this guy is 12 feet tall, and
Oh,
the
12
guy's
feet
on
tall.
top of him, right?
I made
12 feet.
I made it way bigger than he
I mean,
was.
Listen.
I would say,
Where's Force? I don't see. Oh,
It's
never
a-
mind. I just
oh.
saw it.
yeah.
Where? Huh?
I would suggest to you that you either avoid collateral damage or you hand a success to another recruit. Those are the things that make the most sense to me. Unless you want to, I guess, try and take something.
Can I take the
Or-
little guy off of him with that tackle?
That's so far to jump.
Well,
You
I feel
ever
like
jumped 12 feet in the air? No, you fucking haven't.
with the power of Torm, you can do anything. That's what you taught me.
Bullshit.
Well,
All right, well, you
great.
get 2 successes. That's pretty good. So I will say that you can knock the creature over
Okay, I'll take that.
and
On his ankle.
Give him a good stab at
yeah,
least.
give him a good stab.
Cool, I'll take
His
that.
Achilles.
Oh, that's a good idea.
All right, who do you want to go next?
I will go with. You haven't gone yet?
No.
I'll go with you then. Master Torm.
Okay. Good as Achilles.
Oh,
I yell while you're doing that.
stabbing all I
That's what
got.
Torm would want.
Oh, cool.
Torm would want you to kill that baby. There's a weird baby thing going on.
It was foreseen.
I think it was kind of foreshadowed.
Tommen seems to have the gift of foresight.
I fell asleep with my eyes open.
Okay, I'm going to try and smite that weird baby.
Okay. All right.
You think Torm's not here? I'll show you he's fucking here, you weird baby.
Weird baby piece of shit.
You fucking weird ass. God damn it, it's so weird.
All right.
Baby.
So give me a roll on your to make a smite check, please.
Okay, 5 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I've got 1 for smite, and I've got 2 for the ring, and then I've got to put 1 back here. Shit!
Those are no
That's
successes.
nothing. Okay, this is my last reroll. Wait, what did you do with your bonus action?
What did I do? My bonus?
He's knocked the creature. He's knocked the whole
Yeah.
creature over.
Okay.
So that's enabling you to go after this thing.
Okay. He probably.
Nice.
Wow. 2,
Three.
3, 6, 6, 6. The number of the beast, Torm.
All right. So that gives you 2 extra bonus effects, right? So
Yeah.
what would you like to do with those 2 extra bonus effects? You can have the creature focus its attacks on you. You can have your weapon shed light. You can have your weapon catch fire. You can get a +1 to your finesse rolls for the rest of the scene, or you can ignore the first condition that that you would suffer when you suffer it, but that ends the smite power that you channel into your weapon. So essentially, you're
I'm
channeling
going to-
holy power into whatever weapon you're using, and
I do have a dagger.
so it stays that way for the rest of the scene, unless you decide I'm gonna deny having to take this condition if something were to get inflicted upon you, and then that would end the.
Okay.
Well, then I guess.
But you get 3, so you get to pick 2 things off the list.
Yeah. I'm going to do the. So I have a feeling maybe he's a fiend, so I'm gonna do weapon again. Weapon sheds a bright light in a 60-foot radius for the rest of the scene. Any fiends or undead within the light suffer agonizing pain. I'm gonna do that, and then I'm also going to do. I'm also going to do your weapon fulminates with holy fire, which can set even inflammable objects on fire and try to catch that weird baby on fire.
Okay. All right. So you charge across the oddly shaped chamber and bury your dagger in the shoulder of the tiny weird little Batman.
Scared to put it in his face.
But it lights with this divine radiant blaze as you charge forward with it, and you can tell that the Yeti creature that has this kind of weird kind of crown throne thing on its head begins kind of thrashing almost. In a very bestial fashion, like as if it's fighting something invisible. It starts contorting and clawing at the air. The snake things that are currently piercing into Grayson release and give this hideous, high-pitched scream.
So hideous.
And the little demon creature looks at you and he flashes his teeth and he goes, "Soon it will be your turn."
He's on fire. Does he care?
Well, he is on fire, and you can see his face contorting in pain as he's I will exact
fucking
my
creepy.
revenge. Who's going next? You see.
Nancy.
You see this bubbling gray ooze come out of his shoulder.
Ew.
It smells vaguely of like pine.
Oh, I'm confused. I like it, but I don't like it.
Who do you want to go next?
Narelle, take it away, baby.
Okay.
Okay, well, my knife is gone, but I have a walking stick.
Okay.
So I want to just kind of, when he goes, "Go after it," I'm just going to take my walking stick and go, "Ah!" and just run towards the baby thing and just try to whack it.
Whack it?
Yeah.
All right, that is a force roll.
Okay. So I'm upset, so that means I get 1 die.
1 die.
Nice. Kill it.
I didn't. It's a 5. All right, I'll
That's a 5. You're gonna re-roll. Okay.
Yeah!
Yay, I did it! It's a 6!
You get a 6.
Yes! I'm just...
All right. So you run over there and you're, just wildly bashing at the thing, and you're kind of beating it at whatever pieces are sticking out that you can, and you hit the crown of this chair and you crack it, and you see that it kind of disintegrates, almost like it's made of like eggshells that have been bound together somehow, right? So the crown piece cracks and falls away, and the weird little baby legs that were on the outside, like they kind of push off and kick off of the skull, and you can see this worm-like tail writhe out of the top of the Yeti creature's head, and its eyes kind of glaze over for a moment, and it gives a bellow, and then it just begins kind of whimpering. and it is no longer thrashing around. It's just sort of seizing, laying on the ground, kind of having this seizure moment.
I think this thing was controlling the beast thing.
But the demon imp creature essentially disengages itself from the Yeti. So, having gone around the table, it goes next by virtue of the fact that it's its turn to go next. So, it skitters. Let's see, there's all three of you are in the vicinity of this thing, right? Yeah, so it sort of springs itself up on this weird tail that comes out of its backside, and it lunges toward Master Tommen. So, Master Tommen, give me a finesse roll to avoid the creature. Now, because you are currently shielded by Torm, you get a +1.
But I get a -1 because of I'm scared.
Yeah, I will give you another +1 because you're holding your fulminating light of Torm.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Your holy blade.
Ooh, yeah, baby!
Okay, you get a success. So you resist as this thing, as it leeches towards you. You brandish your blade at it and like hisses, and it covers its eyes, and you hear it squeak something infernal, like almost like a command or something like that, and suddenly it's going to pick itself to go again. And suddenly the serpents that were on you detach, and they lunge toward Master Tommen, toward your back. So give me another defense roll, same dice pool, but another finesse roll.
Nope.
All right, so you have to take another condition.
Jesus Christ!
Well, I'm exhausted. I'm too old for this shit.
All right. So the writhing demon snake, the weird frost snake skull creatures, whatever they are, spring their way across the cavern here, and you can feel them embed into your back, and then they drain the vitality. You see Master Tommen's face begin to go pale, and his jaw begin to go a little bit slack as the life force is kind of sucked out of him by these creatures.
Master Tommen.
It's been a while at this point, so they're gonna pick Grayson to go.
All right. Grayson's he is going to bring out his little hatchet and fucking try and what's it gonna be for? So that would be smite. Do I want to? It's less. If I smite, it's less dice. But I feel like he's gonna try and use the power of Torm deep within him to try and smite this weird imp baby.
Okay.
2 6s.
2 successes.
Nice.
All right.
Hit a weird baby.
All right. Are you gonna cross the cavern to do that, or are you going to fling your hatchet?
I'm gonna cross the cavern. I'm not gonna throw it.
Okay. All right. So you go rushing across the cavern. Your hatchet becomes imbued. You got an extra success, so you need to decide what you want to buy off with that.
I want to. My weapon catches on holy fire.
Okay, great. All right, so
Quit copying me.
No, yours was light. Mine's fire.
Mine was light and on fire.
yeah, hers does both actually.
Oh.
I'm just starting. I can't dig good holes yet.
All right, yeah.
only
So
half as
you
good as
hold
Master
your
Tommen.
blade aloft, and once again, and what happens actually is the gauntlet of light that's shining above Tommen's head pulses briefly with a burst of flame, and your hatchet pulses with that same burst of flame, and you go rushing across the cavern, and you bury your hatchet into the belly of this black imp demon creature, and it hisses and squeals, and you see it kind of shrink, and its eyes flash red at you.
Torment's everywhere!
And again, more of this fulminating gray foam comes out of its stomach. Who would you like to go next?
I want the creature to go next.
Damn.
Okay.
Tricky Dicky.
It's not eligible to go next because it already went this round.
All right. Then I'm gonna let Master
It went
Tommen.
twice. It went at the end of the first round and then went to the top of this
That's
round.
tricky. That's
So
tricky.
you want
I
Master
can't-
Tommen to go?
Sure. I'm
Holy
not good
shit.
at drawing.
What's with the feet?
I'm not good at drawing.
I really like this. Oh, Dom's on it though. We need to get a picture of that.
Is this on? I think this
It is on, but
It is on,
he has
but
to switch
it's
it
not.
in.
Yeah.
It's not in the thing? Okay.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. Can I take a closer look at that? Oh man, I like
can't
this
draw.
hat, dude.
Is that a mustache? Oh, it's teeth.
Teeth.
Just had a mustache.
Teeth.
I feel like this Yeti might be a lady Yeti. She got some beautiful lips. Okay. I don't want to go next.
All right, then I'll give
fucked up.
it to Narla.
Okay.
Narla.
Chicarla.
Narelle.
Basharla?
Yeah.
Kasharla.
Narla. Totally Narla.
So
Okay.
you are standing next to
and Martha.
you're standing sort of next to this convulsing Yeti creature, right? He has just crossed across the cavern and buried his flaming hatchet into the stomach of this thing. It's writhing in agony. You're nearby. There's literally 3 to 5 different skull-headed snake things that are piercing Master Tommen's back.
Gross.
So
And you see him kind of like the life again draining out of him. He's pale and
what's going on? So the Yeti, does the Yeti seem like conscious?
it seems conscious, but certainly not cognizant of what's going on.
And that thing's huge, right?
Yeah, it's 12 feet tall.
I want
20
to
feet.
see if so my
40 feet.
I'm taking a gamble on the fact that I think it was being mind controlled, and I want to see if I can help bring it back to consciousness, so maybe it can help us fight these things.
Okay. All
But
right.
I'm not entirely sure what I can do to do that here.
I would
the
say
other
probably the most straightforward thing that you could do would be to do some sort of divinity check.
Right. Okay.
I don't.
it's a snake.
If you bless it,
That's how you described it.
you
But the Yeti fell over. It's useless.
Bless you.
Touching
Just
the
like a
feet.
snake. Bless you.
well.
Just like a snake.
If you bless it and get a bonus effect, you may be able to. Otherwise, you can just make a straight divinity check. But
Okay. Yeah, I'll try to bless it.
Hey, Tom. Is the Yeti a snake?
is the Yeti a snake?
Yeah. Is it a snake Yeti?
Not yet.
I really misunderstood. I thought.
The snakes are Yeti-like,
Oh.
but the Yeti is not snake-like.
I think he's just fucking with you.
the
No,
snakes?
the snakes have
Yeah.
fur like a Yeti does,
It's like
but the
symbiotic.
Yeti, it does have some snake things coming out of its it did have some snake-like things coming out of its neck that were attaching to its head.
they
But
were
those all
kind of ghostly?
let loose when the weird demon creature released from its skull.
It's like a
Okay.
symbiotic relationship.
Yeah.
But there are Yeti snakes, but not snake Yetis.
No, there are snake yetis, but not yeti snakes.
Right.
Okay.
Well, we got that cleared up.
Torm, grant me your light and bless this hurting creature. Oh, that's one success.
One success.
Ooh, it worked.
But I would need more for.
You could spend luck to reroll the failed ones and
Use your
try and get
pride.
another.
Oh yeah, I can.
Yeah, you could use your pride. You could invoke your pride and get another automatic success.
That's true. Wait, let's see. And then if I, where did bless go? There it
Do
is.
the snakes have hands?
No, they have
God, I hope
very sharp fangs.
Yeah, you said that like those are the same thing. Those are interchangeable.
Be like a Komodo dragon with hands.
So yeah, I'll invoke my pride.
Looks like
I'm
it's not a snake.
I'm the smartest kid in the
Well, you got
village,
me there.
and I know that I'm right, and this thing will help us. No one else would think this but me.
All right.
I certainly would.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I just wonder if we can count on it.
So
This is what they look like.
You can't count on me.
that is exactly what they look like.
Wait,
Is it?
Yes.
And is this what the Yeti looked like exactly?
that looks like Ghost Rider if he had a really good hair day.
Other than the
Sparkling
weird
hair.
giant moon boots, yes, that is exactly what.
Do they turn from ethereal skull creatures into caterpillars? Please tell me.
You need to put it for the benefit of our viewers at home.
Now the viewers can judge
I don't think
who
they
is
can see it,
who
yeah,
went
she told
who is good at drawing and who didn't go to art school.
Well, I just want to know what they look like, and I don't think Tom's being honest with me.
Why are you lying to us?
Is this what they look like, Tom? Are they ethereal skull creatures
there's
that slowly
skull at the front.
turn into?
Yeah, but
Caterpillars?
It's skull at the front. Then it's this gleaming black muscle, almost like
Okay, that's
a
this.
regular snake.
It's sparkling. That's what
Okay.
those are.
Listening.
It's like covered in
And
frost.
then it starts to develop this gray and brown, like brown fur that's in a diamond pattern.
But this first part's physical.
It's all physical, yeah.
But it's not furry up here.
What's happening?
No.
Pretty perverted.
So you have read the chapbook of Saint Donavir end to end, back and forth, and you know that there at one point during his travels he has to perform an exorcism on a man who has been possessed by some sort of demon creature, and you invoke the same prayers that Saint Donavir used, and for a moment, the Yeti again begins to convulse almost even more violently and slams its fist around. And you see big pieces of the stone kind of break away, and it reaches down and slams its claws into the stone and rakes this deep channel in what you know is very hard, maybe granite or whatever. And then, with a final burst of effort, it gives this satisfied. And that weird hooting howl that you heard before again echoes throughout the chamber. And consciousness comes back to its eyes, and you see a small flame of divine light shoot up where above its weird cracked skull, right? And bits of this grayish fluid flow down out of the outside, almost as if it's getting burned out of its system. And it runs down the side of the creature's skull, and it looks around, and it reaches out towards the imp creature.
Ooh.
Whoa, total lobotomy.
Nancy.
Nice.
It's Narelle, but yeah, right?
I think the only person you can choose, well, you can choose either one of them to go next.
You go next.
Okay. So last I tackled that Yeti thing, so I'm probably away from that now.
Yeah.
Because I got unconscious.
Yeah, while you knocked it over,
Mm-hmm.
and while it was thrashing around, I'm going to assume that you sort of scrambled clear.
Okay. I'm gonna run back to Master Tom and try to get these snake things off of him.
Yeah, he's not that far away. So honestly, instead of running, you basically could like stand up and try and clear these things, because Master Tommen is there with the three of you. You're
okay,
all sort of huddled around this demon creature at this point.
Well, I just got a small knife, but yes, I will do that.
Okay.
This is a force roll then?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Get rid of these weird snake babies. I got a success.
Okay.
I'm gonna add a luck to reroll
Use
the
a luck.
rest. Because I got them, thanks, chat. I got two more.
two more successes.
Luck of the beast.
All right. So with bonus effects on the source.
It's a snake yeti, not a yeti.
I'm gonna rule actually that those successes go against the various targets, right? So you essentially clear you slice the creatures, not necessarily hitting all of them, but certainly causing them to like reel back and retract. So they detach from the back of Master Tommen, and you have a moment like like sharp inhale. You've successfully freed Master Tommen from the clutches of these things right now. It's your turn, Master
Okay,
Tommen.
Master Tommen.
What you lack in discipline, you make up for in potential.
Thanks,
What
Dad.
would you like to do?
Murder.
Oh, okay.
I just like to say that to fuck with you.
It's a good time. It's a good time to remind me that. Yep.
Since he's released them from my grasp, I'm gonna try and smite them.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and, like, Hercules animated movie style, grab them all up and just smite them in my hands. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, so you already have a smite going with your knife.
Oh.
Right.
Can I just kind of hold the knife in my hand so I can kind of like press them all into, so the knife and all the snakes are all right here? Like
You
the Hydra.
you can do that, but it's not really going to be a smite check, right? I'll just give you a straight up divinity check.
Okay.
You can still invoke your holy relic, so
5, 6, 7, and then I lose one for.
I think you lose 2. Don't you have 2 conditions going right now?
Oh yeah, but do I get any bonuses for it being holy light and for it being on fire?
I will give you 1 bonus for that.
Okay. I'll take it. Ooh, there's 1. That's it. That's it. Just 1.
Okay. All right. So you
Come here.
Give me a hug.
You advance on these creatures, and they kind of like hiss, and you begin driving them backwards towards the back of the cave. Right? You don't necessarily like compress them all and explode them, but you begin forcing them back.
Okay. I don't hurt any of them? This doesn't feel like a success.
Sure. So let's do it this way instead, right? So there's approximately 5 of these things writhing around or whatever.
Okay.
You slice the head off of one, another one kind of darts in, you slice the head off of another one, and then 2 more kind of dart towards you, but you point the blade at them, and they begin to retreat.
Okay.
Okay. Does that sound reasonable? All right, so I'm going to not let them immediately go, but I will have, it's now a new round, so I'm going to have the creature go.
Okay.
Right? The imp creature go. All right, so
We all drew the snake.
It's very similar.
Yeah, well, I'm not good.
Like the same page location.
Yeah.
So you're both. Let's see. You stabbed. You're stabbing this thing, right?
I stabbed the imp.
Yeah, you stabbed it.
I did too.
Yeah. No, you stabbed the snake things.
Oh, I meant
You stabbed it
previous
earlier.
round,
Yeah.
Me too.
And so it screams out,
If you won't be defeated, perhaps your recruit will turn.
and it vomits forth this
Oh my god. No.
skull comes out of its mouth and comes racing towards you.
You about to get alien?
Give me a. I'm gonna call this.
Oh, which is
a-
now a Disney princess.
I'm gonna
Yeah, I heard
call
about that.
this
Oh,
a
so
heart.
cool.
Heart. No.
It's like Ripley, a
yeah.
Disney princess though.
I'm gonna call it divinity. I think you can use divinity. Normally it would be heart, but because you are a holy warrior, you're gonna be able to use divinity to resist this. So just give me a straight up divinity check.
And the shield I did earlier, is that going to give me a...
Yes,
Good.
you are still shielded.
Good.
Fucking better be.
Ooh, snake eyes. Snake eye. Oh, that's
Because I am
that's a pun I
upset
didn't mean
and
to make.
injured, so
Yeah,
I have
that's
a lot
not
less
good for
dice
you.
than I would like to have right now. No.
No. All
4
right.
eyes.
Take another condition.
Okay.
You decide what it is.
I am exhausted.
You
That's it.
fucked.
Right.
That's what you are.
Just cross that one.
So, so the skull goes into your mouth, and you kind of begin to
Oh.
gag, and
Ew. I mean, ew.
start turning into a doppelganger.
Oh god. The joke's on you. Doppelgangers are resistant to
All right.
skull snakes in
so
our mouths.
I'm gonna pick you to go next.
Okay.
Ew.
Barf it up.
Pervert.
You
Ew.
don't have to do that.
Barf it up.
Barf it up.
Puke out the evil,
Okay.
like I taught you.
Can
Remember the hole.
The hole hasn't happened yet. Y'all can't dig fast enough.
so can I force this out?
Damn, yeah.
Constitution.
You can try to attack it.
Constitution.
Um,
Declaration of Independence.
so I
I
got.
mean, it's still coming from the imp creature, right?
Nicholas Cage it out.
So you could have tried and attacked the demon imp.
Okay. Yeah. So. So.
Dude, these patches are so funny.
Thank you. I sew them on myself. That's why they're terrible.
That's Master Tommen right there. Rolling down the river, talking to a fish. Big old beard.
Okay. I will.
What are you doing here?
Well, as it's like trying to get in,
Get out.
I'm gonna fucking swing at this imp baby again. I guess.
River.
So you get a bonus because you have your smite going, right?
Yeah.
On your hatchet.
So that's the force would be this plus this minus that.
Minus these 3.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
no.
damn! I thought.
All right.
Wait, can I give him my reroll? Not my luck, but my reroll.
You can give him your reroll. Yes, you can do that.
I stand up for my friends no matter what.
Cool.
Oh, nice.
I'm sorry.
Throw it away.
I'm sorry. I'm about to waste your reroll. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Jinxing it.
you could have believed in yourself a little.
If
All
Tom
right.
believes in
Grayson.
you, you should believe.
No, Grayson believes in
So
himself.
you have 3. Is that
What?
correct? You
What?
have set for 3 conditions.
Yeah.
All right. Because this attack failed,
I am
you
broken.
check in your 4th. You are now broken. So
Oh shit.
you were just sort of like hanging there, and you like
do have
you
to lay
get
on
tunnel
hands
vision, and
to-
you see everything kind of go into black and white, and then suddenly there's just pinpoints of red light. That's all that you see. Who do you want to go next?
Okay, I guess Master Tommen. You just watched one of your recruits get all fucked.
They need me.
Boy, do we.
Time to stop fucking around, I guess.
Fun's over. Grayson's had too much.
Whip out my Dawnbreaker.
Scalded drink.
Go to town.
My dog breaker? So you said, huh?
Time to shatter some dicks.
Seemed like a weird reaction.
I'm gonna go over to Grayson and kneel down and lay on hands him.
Grayson, not like this. You were meant for so much more than to die in this weird ass first snake hole. Tom, save him.
All right, very good. So lay on hands. Actually, it was intended for everybody to be able to heal one. So I will say that you.
Bring it in, kids.
We're busy.
I'm gonna hand wave the requirement that you have to actually perform the ritual altogether, and just say in the heat of the moment you summon your divine reserves of Torm, and everybody gets to uncheck one condition.
Woo. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
That includes you.
I'm less upset now.
Who would you like to go next?
Oh, I'm less upset now. That's my whole thing.
There is the there's the Yeti. There's the weird snakes that are retreating, but they kind of have a moment. You know, when you stop threatening them, you take this moment to perform this lay on hands ritual. So there's the snake things. There's the demon thing that's attacking him. There's that's already gone. There's the Yeti thing, and there's the 2 of them left. Right? Who would you like to go next?
I'll have. I've said your name stupid so many times I've now really forgotten. Narelle. Narelle.
All right.
Narelle, go.
Okay.
Nivea from Ed.
So you have just freed the Yeti from its bizarre
long time.
fiendish domination. You are right next to Grayson, who is being soul fluxed by the demon imp.
But he's better now, right? What happened?
I'm not scared anymore.
You're not scared anymore.
Still got a snake in his mouth.
Yeah,
He's not broken, but he's
Okay.
on the brink.
Okay. And what's the Yeti doing? Still going after the.
It's beginning to converge on the little demon imp thing. Yes.
What were the other tiers we unlocked?
You got a little more luck,
Okay.
and then you just did the lay on hands.
Okay, and that was all of it. Okay.
What is I haven't looked at shield. Where
So
are
that
you?
allows you to basically protect either yourself or another target.
Oh, protect.
But Grayson and I are already covered.
Yeah.
I
Fat
see.
lot of good did me.
I felt like good
The thing that's like attacking him is not
Coming-
accessible, is it?
It's coming from the demon creature, so you expect that you could either interfere, interrupt, or otherwise stop it.
Yeah, I would try to do that just by attacking the demon creature,
Yeah, you
basically.
kill this weird baby, this snake will get out of my fucking throat.
I'll go over there with my.
Kill the baby.
I kind of see it. Take my walking stick and go over there and just.
Schwack that.
Damn,
Okay.
dog.
That's
All right. That's 2 dice.
Savage.
force.
Excuse me.
No.
No. All right.
I'll try
Luck point.
once more.
No, damn it.
I can't. It's too small for me to hit. I just-
You could push if
like
you
a
wanted to, but you'd have to
whack-a-mole.
take a condition if you did
Oh,
that.
I could push it. Sure, let's do it. I'll be injured. I'll injure myself in the process of
Okay.
trying to hit it.
All right.
Ow, my shoulder!
Norel, you're not built for this, but yes.
No.
It's a valiant effort.
I wonder if we can tell.
That does not pay off.
I've just hurt myself.
Hey, she's used.
Damn it!
All right, so you
Not
begin
as useful as
swinging.
Master Tommen, he knows
You begin
everything.
swinging your cudgel or your walking stick at this
Where
thing,
do you bring that
and
up?
it rolls one way, and you smack it down, and then it rolls the other. You smack it down. Try and smack it down again. It rolls the other way, and you wind up to hit it a third time, and it kind of like compresses itself, and then it springs forward into Grayson's mouth, and sort of like that.
There's
that,
two skulls in there now?
that long that
true?
long tail thing that it had in the Yeti's
my
head,
God.
it begins wrapping around Grayson's neck.
I helped.
What the
Who do you want to go next?
Jesus.
There's the Yeti, there's the snake things that were threatening Master Tommen, and there's Matthias.
I'll have the Yeti go next.
The Yeti goes next. All right. So the Yeti is going to grab onto the imp creature and try and wrench it off of your
Breaks my neck and kills me.
Yeah.
Oh my god. The kids don't
I'm
die.
trying to think of a good way to adjudicate
Kids
this.
are all right.
Why don't you give me
I
a?
mean, all these other kids with the pumpkin kicks.
Uh,
It's a dark
why don't you give me a divinity check, and I'm going to give you 2 bonus dice for the size of the Yeti.
Okay, so 5. There's 1 6. 1 6.
Okay. All right. So it's prying the creature loose from his neck. You're like, it doesn't have it. It hasn't ripped it free.
I'm like
But
Ripley and Aliens. I'm like, you know, it's like the aliens, like everyone's trying to rip them off, like the weird, like face hugger off. I'm like,
yep. I'm gonna have the Yeti pick the snakes to go next, so we don't have a back-to-back situation, which would be very problematic. But the snakes are gonna converge on you, so give me a divinity check to resist them attacking you.
all right, so that's divinity plus my shield minus 3.
Oh boy.
2.
Yeah. All right. So they plunge into your back, and at this point, you do have to suffer another condition, and you
God
do
damn.
Wait,
become.
could he have pushed that?
You could either push it. You could also invoke your pride. You have not invoked your pride yet, right?
If you push it, I mean, it's free because you're going to take an injury anyways. Right?
Well, what is that?
What's the point of pushing it though? If he's
I'm just gonna end up in the same place as I fail.
Right.
But you might succeed at what he was trying to do, right?
No, I'm not doing anything. Something's doing something to
Oh,
me.
okay. You were resisting.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right.
But you could use your pride to resist if you
Yeah,
wanted to.
because the only condition I'm not is scared, and no one calls me chicken.
All right. Very good. So they plunge their fangs into you, but you manage to bring up a set of reserves that were not previously there. That means it's Matthias' turn.
So you don't have snakes in your mouth anymore?
No, I still do. I'm just not afraid of them.
Oh,
Fucking so great.
so I'm gonna just look over to you like, you good?
He's on the brink. He's literally on
He's
the
not
brink.
good. I'm gonna go help him. I'm gonna try and chop these snakes up. The one that I guess there's only one in your mouth.
Well,
right?
there's two things going on, right? The demon creature, the demon imp is basically face hugging him right now.
There's a demon imp with its tail around my neck and a yeti trying to pull it off, and then there's a snake in my mouth.
Okay.
Remember, if you kill...
and there's a set of snakes that have attached themselves to your back.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. I'm gonna go for the.
If you cut the head off the snake, the body will die.
Gross. But cool,
I'm
that's what we want to
fucking
do.
helping you.
No, I know. Just the way you said it was really gross.
everything.
I'm gonna go for the imp then. I'm
Okay.
gonna just try to like stab it and grab it.
All right.
Stab and grab.
Sure. Make a force check.
Good old stab and grab. Good old stab and grab. I got 2. I'm gonna use a luck.
Oh, baby, baby.
Okay.
'Cause I got so much luck. I got one more.
All
Luck
right.
of the beast, baby.
Very
Craps.
good. So, ruling at this point is the Yeti is sort of prying it off. The thing is attached down Grayson's gullet. You can see Grayson's eyes beginning to kind of like one is sort of just,
Oh, you're so awkward.
and his body is
You're like a
beginning
little
to shake.
brother. But you're my little
And
brother.
for just a moment, you swear that his face sort of contorts and takes on this like sickly like yellow color. And then it flexes and you see his features almost distort, but you assume that it's the demon reaching down inside of him.
What's it doing?
But in the moment of all of this going on, you see a perfect opportunity as the Yeti is holding this creature, bending and pulling and stretching, and you plunge your knife into the base of the back of its head, and it plunges out through the front, and there's this foaming geyser of this oily gray substance that kind of spurts in 3 small little sprays, and suddenly, as if a balloon was being like let up, the thing shrinks into a rubbery shell of the skin that it was, and all of the snakes and whatnot likewise like deflate and collapse and hit the ground. The spoiled milk smell turns almost to the smell of like turpentine and mayonnaise. And the Yeti reaches up and just like paws like your entire face, like almost this like somewhat like patronizing kind of like friendly gesture, like it's very crude, like friendly gesture, like good job. And then it kind of turns and sniffs around and it leaps up 15 feet and goes up into one of those weird shafts that's above you. And like with a few clatters of nails upon stone, you hear it scurry away.
I think we made a new friend.
Yeah. Grace, are you okay?
Oh my god.
What happened to your face was changing? It was so weird.
Yeah, it must be whatever that demon was doing. I don't know, but I resisted it. I'm back to being just a normal everyday human Grayson guy.
What? Okay, that's okay. Yeah. You look worse for wear. I'll help you out if you need. Carry you out of here or something.
No, I'll be okay.
Come on. No shame in asking for help.
Yes, there is.
Aw, get off my back. You're just beat up.
I'm fine.
Come
Mr.
on.
Tommen, are you okay?
I'm tired. It's been a long time since I've had to smite so many evil entities.
Yeah, I felt Torm. I felt Torm like you said I would when Torm came to me when I needed him.
Where'd you feel him?
I went to hit that imp, and I felt it a charge in my hand as I hit and smote the imp.
It's amazing. Imagine it. You only felt it in your hand, but after our studies, you'll feel it in your whole bodies and in your hearts and in all the air around you and all the creatures and the land and every river and every mountain. And
Master Tommen?
Master Tommen. Master Tommen.
yeah,
Don't pinch him.
I would never.
don't pinch me.
I would never.
I hate being pinched.
I know.
I like being poked.
And as Master Tommen gives this speech about how you feel the power of Torm in the land and in the air and in your whole body and things like that, you notice that the awful smells that have pervaded this place begin to sort of drift away. And the little light of Torm's gauntlet above Master Tommen's head pulses briefly, and then poof, one appears above your head. Poof, one appears above your head. Poof, one appears above your head.
Do you look at that?
The power of Torm has returned to this area.
We should check on the dwarves.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
that one is dead.
I know. I mean,
Frederick is so dead.
I understand that.
Look, his legs right there.
I know. I don't. Yeah.
The blood is still dripping from the hole.
Yeah.
To get around
That's his
that.
arm right there.
Oh.
I'm sorry about your knife.
It's okay. I can get a new one, I guess.
Maybe wait a little while.
You can hold mine until you get a new one.
Oh, thanks. This is great. Look, I've got to thank you for letting me.
Regret it immediately.
Yeah.
And our heroes trundle off down the weird twisting corridor back toward the Temple of St. Wendellin's. This concludes our session of Master Tommen and his recruits. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, gamers of all stripes and persuasions, for tuning in to the Ironkeep Chronicles and sticking with us tonight. We hope you enjoyed this special holiday.
Just a quick little 4-hour
shot.
one shot.
I'm terrible at pacing. I'm sorry. All right. Speaking of terrible, Mr. Eric Reichert.
Hey everybody, how's it going? You guys can always follow me on Instagram at mostly shit, and in Twitter and all that stuff. And yeah, that's where you can find me.
Havana Mahoney.
Oh, hey!
Master Tommen himself.
Never do that again.
What?
That
Make that
voice.
noise?
I just can't
to
stop
be
laughing.
fair, of the 4-hour adventure, 1 hour was just Havana crying.
Literally, like at the beginning, like I saw a tear, like just like straight up, like you see in a movie when someone's just sad, just like like not like a little bit, like straight up, just straight down her cheek.
Everything I do it hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks guys for letting me showboat, I guess. I'm sorry I cried for an hour. But yeah, if you want to check out more of me crying, I do that semi-regularly on my channel over on Twitch. I'm a full-time variety caster over there, and it is Vanna_Rama, VANA_RAMA. Or you can check me out on Twitter, which is Havana, HAVANA, RAMA, over there. And yeah.
Garav Galati, everyone. Oh, it's getting late.
Thanks. Yeah, it is. You guys can follow me on Twitter and all the other social things, including Twitch, at DoubleGXG. This is going to be probably our last Ironkeep of the year.
It is, for sure.
We'll be back in well, we haven't decided when we're
January 3rd, we will be doing something. We don't know what.
We'll be back January 3rd doing something. So just catch us there. Catch us outside. You're home. We're there.
Cash us outside.
Megan Caves, everyone. Nasharla, Nancy, Narelle, Nanunola.
Just call me whatever, you know, it doesn't matter. Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at Megan Caves. You can see the way my name is spelled. There's an H in the Megan part, so it's a little different and weird. And you can catch Gaurav, me, and Jordan Caves Callerman on our podcast, which is all about GM stuff. It's called Experience Pointers. You can follow us on Twitter at EXPPointersPod. I think that's it.
Episode 9 just came out on Patreon this week.
It did. Check that out.
What's the topic?
That one was the streaming one.
Oh, it's actually about has streaming changed RPGs?
Ah.
We keep seeing
it's
this
very
question
relevant.
going around. Yeah, so we wanted to
Very
talk
relevant.
Very good, very good. Speaking of streaming, let's have a round of applause for Mr. Dom Zook, our fearless leader, the man manning the keyboards,
the dude with all of the monitors, the guy who makes the gnomish fart noises.
The best beard in the business.
The best beard in the business. Hey, speaking of the best, that's you guys. That's all of our fans on the other side of the camera. Thank you to everyone who donated. Thank you to our mods who keep the channel safe, friendly, and accessible. Thank you to everyone, our regulars, everyone who subbed up, everyone who spread the word. We really appreciate your time, attention, and passion. This has been it for the end of the year for us. It's a big milestone. The show has seen some great success as we have been building our audience and over the course of the past few months, and most of that is due to your time and attention. So thank you for sticking with us and for being fans of us and telling your friends about us. Hopefully you can carry that energy into the new year with us as we all face 2018 and hope that it is better than 2017, which on a lot of different levels has been a real shit show. But for all of us here, creative and personally, I want to thank you all for tuning in and giving us your support, because we honestly wouldn't do it if you did not enjoy it. So thank you so much for being fans and for being friends. Until next time, let's dungeon!